Hey everyone, it is Sunday, 12/22. I'm super excited because I haven't done one of these in a while. This is movies that made you, and movies that made us. I have a special guest on here, one of the coolest people inside the movie review pugnant space that I've been wanting to talk to from a very long time. He is from Norway. We call him the Norwegian Batman, and he is a filmmaker, a movie reviewer, a movie trailer reactor. He does it all, and he's a very young man. That's very, very smart, very, very cool. So I want everybody to give a warm welcome. Hold on, I gotta try to find my media assets because they want to be funny. A warm welcome and a round of applause for my man. Oh, it's about to kick him out of the studio. No, there we go, Toby. What's up,
Yo.
man? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Oh yeah.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. I've been
Yeah.
excited to talk to you about your favorite movies for a long time, um, because you have very strong feelings about movies. And I've learned over this past year. When you like something, it's the greatest of all time. When you don't like something, is absolute garbage.
When
So
you put it like
interesting the
that,
films include.
pretty much
Yeah, like
sums it up.
yeah, undeniable. You know what I mean? No, well, of course, obviously you have some movies that are like, oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what films influence you, not only because I know kind of your movie taste, I want to see where that comes from, but also you're from a different country. I want to see like if there's films, and I know spoiler alert, I already know what the films are. So there are films on here that I never heard of that are very Norway specific.
Yeah. hmm
So I'm super duper excited to get into that and ask you questions and pick apart and see the cultural relevance to all that stuff. But there's a couple people that are in the chat. Let's see what they have to say, and then we're going to get into this first couple topics. Oh, and usually with movies that made you, we do 5 movies for the childhood years, 5 for the teenage years, and 5 for the adults. But because our boy just turned 17 and he's still a teenager, we're going to
Yeah.
give him a little bit more for childhood and teenager. We ain't going to do an adult because he's not just a year, he's a year away. He's a year away. And then we can do this
Almost done.
again in a couple years.
Yeah.
Almost there. Collective Movie Man says, "Hey Zach and Dark Movies."
So,
Obi Thorn Alliance also saying hi. Appreciate
hey,
you. He said, "Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." I appreciate that.
same
What's
to you.
Christmas like over there for you, man? Similar to America, or is it different?
Oh, very different. Quite different, actually. Yeah. We celebrate at least on the 24th, so in 2 days.
Okay.
So and we do not open our presents first. We mostly open it after dinner and after like late at night almost. So
Yeah.
pretty
It's like
much
the
like
last
that.
thing you
And
do.
yeah, definitely. Or some, if you're
Okay.
very eager, you probably could open it. If there's like a child that's like insanely eager on it, like probably give him a couple of presents before. But
Yeah. To calm them down. Like, here you
yeah,
go. Here's your hit.
yeah, just bribe him a little bit.
That's interesting. I think also in Australia they do that, and I know a lot of Spanish speaking countries they do that as well, where it's on the 24th. It's not the
Mm,
25th. You do all celebrate the day before the official day. So that's
yeah.
pretty cool. And it's gonna be an awesome live stream. Hope you two have fun. Appreciate that. Be very curious to see what sort of movies you guys talk about. Oh, we're gonna be all over the place, man. Yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey Zach, just want to tell you I'm watching Naruto Shippuden. I'm on the episode where Pain attack. Ooh, that's you in some peak levels there, man. That's some good stuff. You made it to the great area of Naruto. I'm happy for you." He said, "So it's Oppenheimer's #1 movie because that's on the page. We'll go talk about it. That movie's gonna
Maybe.
be around. We're gonna talk about
Maybe.
it. We don't know if it's the #1, but it's here. The Marvel and DC Marshlands. How are you doing? How are you doing, man? Thank you for joining the live stream. Okay, so we're gonna get started. My computer is telling me to restart my computer. I'm like, not now. It's not the time to do that. We're gonna start with Dark Movies, Toby's childhood. So this is gonna be like the ages from what's the youngest age you can remember watching a movie?
Um, I think like probably 9 or 8.
9 or
think
8. So this is gonna be from, like, let's say 8 years old up until 12. So there's gonna be like a 4-year
yeah.
span where you watch a tons of movies in theater. And did you watch theater movies when you were in that age range, or was it
As
all
some.
some? Okay, okay. I'm very curious if this first film, if you watched it in theaters, and that is Doctor. What is it? Oh, I got the Norway way of saying it. I didn't realize. I don't know how to pronounce that. This one, Doctor Proctor Bubble in the Bubble Bath. I have the synopsis for this film up. It came
Yep.
out October 16, 2015 in Norway. Dr.
Yes.
Proctor travels back in time to try to prevent his beloved Juliet from marrying the terrible Claude Cliche. What a great name. As the doctor is stuck in time, Lisa and Nilly travel back to the French Revolution. So, based on the description, it doesn't sound like this is the first movie. Is this a movie
No.
that is part of a series, or was it a television show that turned into a
I
movie?
I believe, yeah, there's I don't know if there's more than this, but I definitely know there's two movies. The one I sent you like as 1 hour, some hours ago, and then because that's the first movie, and then this one is the second movie. I think
Okay.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So talk to me about this movie. Why
Yes.
is it one of those movies that influenced your childhood? What first? Let's start
Um.
with what's your favorite thing about the movie?
Oof. Um. So I would say at least like I would say that's like it the time travel aspect I really loved, because that was the first time I was introduced to the
Mhm.
time warping, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and what was it? Wasn't it medieval? Now I now my memory is going blank. But
It did say he went back in time. It didn't say
yeah,
what
yeah, the
time
French
period.
Revolution. Yeah, this was definitely
Okay.
like one of the movies like that like introduced me to that side of history. So
Okay.
I would believe maybe that had some influences in the later in the teen areas, maybe influences, but yeah. Oh yeah, you haven't come to
Pretty
the
process
best part yet.
emotions.
The next what else? Something else is coming up. That it's
But with this movie, what so time travel influenced you. It also influenced you because it introduced you to that French Revolution, that old
yeah,
school time period,
definitely.
like probably maybe right at tail end of medieval, going into the new era. Is there any characters?
You froze. I I I is there any characters? Well,
Oh, it looks like I broke up. I'm back. I'm back. I know I broke
there
up.
you go. Yeah.
Okay, I was saying, is there any characters or storylines that you remember in particular that you're like, oh yeah, I want to watch more of this franchise?
I think the Doctor himself. You know,
Yeah.
he was always a funny part of the movie. He was the crazy old man who, yeah, he's just a crazy old man that is traveling and is stuck in the past, whilst the kids have to help him escape. So that's definitely one part, and I remember, yeah, the comedy. I remember the comedy a little bit. The comedy was, at least when I was that age, it was funny. I haven't seen it since. That's
Yeah.
but but hopefully it still holds up.
Still holds up.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Brandon says, "What's up, bro? What's up, man?" And we have a question here. This is related to the film. Dark movies. Have you seen Back to the Future trilogy?
I have seen the first movie because another Sack influenced me, and
Yeah.
definitely didn't just force me to whatnot. No, I didn't. But yeah, I've seen the first movie, not the second or the third.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. That's
Oh yeah.
we're talking about Zach Mine, the fantastic Zach that
Yes.
is having a Christmas break because he doesn't love us.
Yeah.
Uh,
How could you?
how could you? And
Come
so we have
on.
another Dr. Proctor film. This title is
Yes.
even wilder. That is oh yeah, this is the Norwegian title, but I have the regular title here, Dr. Proctor's fart powder. Now explain to me, sir, why did I have to say that sentence? Why what is this movie about? Actually, let me read the synopsis because you made me read that out loud. So you have to explain yourself. Because I never thought I was going to say that out loud. So, Dr. Proctor Fart Powder is a series. Oh, this is about the book. There's a book? Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, there we go. The film. Two lonely children help Dr. Proctor get recognition for his amazing invention, farting powder. So the doctor helps them stand on their own feet. This came out in 2014. So talk about Dr. Proctor's fart powder.
So with this one, I believe this was the first one that I ever seen. So this one actually also introduced me to comedy. I'm pretty sure, like,
Okay.
and I don't I have slight faded memories, but I think I watched this in cinemas.
Oh,
I
nice.
think. Um, so and with my family, of course. So
Yeah.
that was weird. But it's a family movie. It's straight up comedy. I mean fart powder. You know, he creates fart powder to. I can't even
To do what?
remember. Honestly,
What was the fart powder used for? Because I see he has a rocket pack on. Was he
yeah.
putting that powder in the rocket pack to fly with the
So
fart?
yeah, you can fly with the fart powder. So
That's amazing.
yes, you know, I'm definitely going to have you guys watch that one time.
Do a watch along of that.
Yes.
Um, with it's so funny with these two movies though, right?
Yes.
Them being we all have these weird movies that we love from our childhood. Are these films that you watched over and over even after the cinema? Like, did you get them physically? Because there was no streaming at this. Well, actually, wait, this is 2014. No, there was streaming. So, did you like watch this over and over as a child? And that's why you remember it fondly as it being an influence, or is it because it just introduced you to certain aspects?
Yeah. It's more about like the introduction to things, the history, the comedy with fart powder and time travel that would later, or I'm going to say later, influence some other movie. Or I'm going to say,
Yeah, on the
and
list.
and yeah, I don't think I don't have any memories of watching it again. So I think that was just a one and done sequence. Maybe actually, I think I do remember some maybe putting on the uh, bubble in the bathtub uh, one time. So I think I've seen it two times, but that's it. I have no idea. And I also want to say that that bubble in the bathtub. It's honestly I don't know why that's the title in English because well the direct uh translation is Dr. Proctor time bathtub. Yeah, time bathtub.
Oh, okay. So it's not translated properly,
Yeah, I
basically.
don't think so because tidsbadekar is is time bathtub.
That's funny.
So
Is this a film that you like talk to your friends? What is this like a big character in Norway?
um maybe in childhood I actually don't think I've ever talked about it outside of my family or now actually. I don't know. I don't even know if people know what this is, but I've seen some reviews of it, and I think people really like it.
We got somebody here. Said part two was decent. Wasn't a fan of the chicken subplot introduced. We have a Dr. Proctor fan in the live chat.
Yo,
Oh man, he
you
was
know,
down with the
I
the
actually,
bathtub.
yeah, I actually don't remember the chicken subplot.
Well, apparently it wasn't good, so that's probably why you don't remember it. Hey,
CC.
CC, we were just talking about you, CC. Well, before we went live, about how you were one of the more unique movies that made you that I've done, and Kenny too, because we went for like 7 hours. Um, all right, I'm excited. This is already funny as hell. We're gonna get some more. Well, actually, no, we're getting to another Norwegian film. This one
Yes,
looks interesting from the pictures, and that is Ashland. That's the American title.
yes.
That's not even the full thing. It's the Ashland, the Hall of Mountain King.
Yep.
Can you say the Norwegian title for me? Because I can't.
Uh,
I'm not gonna do that.
okay. Okay. Yeah, fine. Askeladden I Dovregubbens. Okay, never mind. Askeladden I Okay. I Dovregubbens hall. There you go.
You're
I
embarrassing me in front of the wizards. What's going on here?
you know, um
You've been speaking
um
English too much.
yeah. You know what's crazy? I have actually more dyslexia in Norwegian than English.
What?
I've been
That's
speaking
your
so
native
much.
language, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I have more dyslexia in Norwegian than English. So that's
That is amazing. Let me see if my dyslexia does act up as I read the description for Ashland.
yes.
Espen, a poor farmer's son, embarks on a dangerous quest with his brothers to save the princess from a vile troll known as the Mountain King in order to collect. There's no
Yes.
commas in this sentence. They just want me to run out of breath. In order to collect a reward and save his family from ruin. This came out in 2017, so this is
Yes.
recent.
Mm,
In Norway, and it made $4 million. So it made some money at the box office. Talk about Ashland. This from the pictures I saw, it looked pretty cool. So,
mm,
what is it about, and how did it influence you?
definitely. So this one I quite remember. And basically it's about like all of the whole world is like this fairy tale folklore type thing, and it's actually based on, this is kind of like a live action remake of like or an original thing that is, I
Mm,
think it was oh god, I'm going blank right now. I think that was like a stop motion type thing, and
okay.
so this was kind of the live action remake of it, and it's just stock filled with a lot of these folklore that yeah, Norwegian folklore
Is it
that I definitely
similar?
know.
Is there anything in America that is similar to? Is it that's like similar to like Indiana Jones or a Journey to the World's End or Lord of the Rings or Princess Bride? Like, is there anything that you can compare it to? So we kind of have like a basis of what how it feels.
Honestly, yeah, I guess you could say like a, it's definitely like an adventure type film. So definitely, yeah, you could say Indiana Jones, I guess. It's about like saving a princess from, what was, yeah, just saving a princess
Mountain
from
King.
the Mountain King, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely like a adventure type. I also actually got introduced by the adventure um genre
Genre.
this way.
Yeah.
And and if I'm not mistaken, it's two of, at least two of these movies.
Okay.
This one, The Hall of the Mountain King, is the one with a famous, very famous Norwegian folklore called Huldra,
Hmm.
and or Huldra, if the American thing. Basically, it's a witch, I guess you could call it, but disguises herself as like a beautiful, stereotypical woman, and
Mm,
to lure men in and eat them. Um,
okay.
so I remember being scared at the cinema. I think that was the reawakening of horror, you know, because
How did
I
the witch
remember
look?
being. Hmm?
Let me see if I can find it. I want to see if I can find a picture of this witch that scared you as a child. Images. Oh no, this don't look good. This looks scary. Um, can I show it? All right. Is this it right here? This crazy looking
um. Oh no, that's the other Norwegian thing. That is the one, I think.
shit? That's the one right there, right?
Yeah,
This
this
scary
one.
looking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see why that's scaring me right now as an adult. That looks terrifying.
Yeah, so I remember like this scene being like they got lured in, and then they're having to escape, I guess, then these
Yeah.
crazy things. So that I remember being scared off in cinema, and I think I even looked away from something. Like I couldn't actually watch it.
Is
Um
this like a more kid adventures film?
yeah.
Or is it more? Is there like violence in it?
No, I wouldn't say violence. I mean, maybe if you do the American standard,
Okay.
because we are very open to everything. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we have a movie called Spermageddon, so we are very open to it.
And what would you say is the central theme you took away from this film, since it has so much of the folklore from your country in it?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Stay away from
Well,
witches.
yeah, definitely, definitely, because these folklore. I was always told them like when I was little, and I was scared of them. So I was always scared of them. So yeah, just seeing them here, I was scared, and yeah, like you said, stay away from them. Definitely stay away from beautiful women. Was one thing. They because they are probably witches that are trying to lure you in to eat
And eat you.
and eat. Yeah. So that's the reason why I'm single right now. Um,
This movie gave you anxiety from talking to beautiful women. You're like, oh no, I see what you guys look like under all that. Oh man,
yes, pretty much. Yeah,
that's that is hilarious. So this movie got you into more adventure films, basically, like introduced you
definitely.
to the genre, made you like, okay, I like these, and made you watch more of them.
Yes, definitely.
That's dope. So what would you say is your favorite adventure film then? Is it this, or is it
Oh,
another film that you've seen after?
oh, there's so many. Oh, oh my god, oh my god. I mean, I love the Temple of Doom. I
Okay.
really love that one. This one I also really love. I can't pick a favorite, honestly, but
We'll
there's so
go a
many.
tie between these two.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
these two are a tie. This is Kenny Sparks apologizing to me again about the 7 hour stream. You know I'm real joking with you, Kenny. It's okay. It was fun. I got a bunch of watch hours of it. It's fun. Toby had a. Have you ever had a dream moment? Have you ever?
True
Have
though.
you ever? Have you ever?
I, I, I.
Dark movies. Are you a fan of Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or even
There
Star
you go.
Wars?
Okay.
Remember, I
Yes.
told you before someone was gonna
Yeah.
ask this.
Yeah. So the Lord of the Rings, I only began watching it last year. So I've seen the first two movies, and I'm pulling a sack right here and never watching this third movie.
Wait a minute. No, no, no. I have watched the third movie.
Took you long enough though.
Watch it. How can you judge me? Oh, man. You say you're never gonna watch the third one, or is it?
No, I'm actually going to watch it one day,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I'm probably not going to watch the extended versions
Extended.
though. Like that
Yeah.
never happened. Like what is I think it's 4.5 hours. Return of the Kings
Yeah.
extended.
But the last 30 minutes, the last 30 to 50, 40 minutes is just credits. So it's really like 3
40
hours
minutes with
and change.
that's
Yeah.
insane. The 40 minutes with credits. That like,
Bro, when I was sitting there and I was like, wait, is there an after credit scene? Because I'm pretty sure this is the last one. Why is this credit so long?
Imagine being thinking there's like, yeah, the credit scene.
Yeah. And you sit there
And
for
then
30 minutes saying nothing. The movie just goes to
30
black.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh my God.
And
what about Star Wars and Harry Potter?
Harry Potter. Funny story. I remember watching the first movie when I was a kid in class. I think the teacher put it on, and I never watched anything else. And that's the last thing I've also ever seen. That I'd only seen the first movie. Never really interested me a lot, but I played Hogwarts Legacy, and which I really liked actually.
You really
So, and
did
with
that get
Star
you
Wars,
like, oh, I might watch the movies now? Would you watch the movies now because you did Star Wars or Hogwarts Legacy?
yeah, yes,
Okay.
and I'm trying to also watch as many movies as possible. So that's also one thing. But yeah, definitely, the the game is quite good. I haven't beaten the part with the spiders yet though, because well, I have arachnophobia. I have severe arachnophobia. So
I feel you. Everybody wanted me to watch that movie Infected that came out this year, and I'm
oh
like,
yeah,
nope,
definitely.
I'm not
Hey,
watching that.
I watched that in cinemas, and I have extreme arachnophobia.
You're
So
brave, man.
if you, oh my god, I'm not okay. I'm actually not okay.
He was like, you're on TV. That's just throwing you off.
Yeah, I'm not okay. But if I can do it, you can. That was the thing I was going to say. So go
I don't
watch
know,
it now.
man. Go watch it now. The serious face. He said the Wicked Witch looks much scarier than that witch. The Wicked Witch from what? Wizard of Oz? Hold on, let me look at this up. Let's compare witches. Wicked
Okay.
Witch of, is it the West or the East?
West, I think. Well,
Let me
she's
see.
not
This
pretty, but
one? Nah, she ain't scarier. She just got a big nose. I wouldn't say she's scarier. Honestly, this looks like a bad bit right here. She kind of fun.
damn, making me add. No.
Nah, I would say the other one looks scarier. The other one looks like a forest dweller. This one looks like someone in makeup.
I think dark is a scary. That's my buddy. So
I never got into Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or Star Wars. I've watched at least one from each category, but never connected. Do you feel like that about these franchises?
honestly, really like Lord of the Rings. Kind of with the Harry Potter and with Star Wars, I used to love it, but I've just fallen off a lot. I tried Ahsoka, and I did
Not for you.
5 episodes and never finished it. Never bothered to
Okay.
watch Acolyte or now the Skeleton Crew. So, yeah, nah.
What's your favorite Star Wars film?
Empire Strikes Back. Very, very
Fair.
classic, but very standard and basic. But sometimes I have to be the basic B.
Yeah, it's a reason why it's like the basic answer, because it's a great film.
Yeah.
Hey, Alexander's in here. What's up? He also just dropped a short film himself. So
yes,
go check out his channel and check
2.
that out. And also the link to Dark's channel and his first short film are in the description below. Definitely go check it out. I love that he's an aspiring filmmaker. So you're the scary witch. What's the
Uh,
what's the way she talks is scary when she laughs? Oh, okay.
yeah,
He's not
fair.
saying like how she looks. Yeah, she does have a creepy way the way she talks.
Yeah.
You know what's creepy about that Michael mask that you have like right to the left of you? I
What
keep
about
like
this
looking
one?
at it and I'm like, what? Oh my god. Oh, art.
Or the
Art the
Grinch?
clown.
Or
Grinch is not
the Grinch
scary.
is scary. Yeah, nah, but look at him. He's scary. It's Jim Carrey.
Oh
Jim Carrey's
yeah,
scary.
looks like he's about to sneeze. Nanette, what's up? Welcome back to the live stream. Haven't seen you in a while. It was hard to pick because I love Lord of the Rings movies, Harry Potter movies, but I went with Harry Potter. That's totally fair. She also said, "Hi, everyone." Oh, I'm doing polls as we're doing this. Everybody's voting on that. The last couple
Mm.
polls were: have you heard of these Norwegian films? 25% says yes, 75% said no. You guys gotta get your Norwegian knowledge up. And I put better. Who had a better title, Fart Powder or Battle of Bathtub? Fart Powder won by a landslide.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. He said, "Wait, why did you go and show us that? That thing is creepy as hell." He's not a fan of art. Well, the next film is not creepy at all, and most of you guys should have heard this because this is a very this is an American classic, culturally relevant film. That's a White Chicks.
Yes.
I'm very shocked that this was on your list. Tell me why. This is one of those films that influenced you.
Mostly because I just find it very funny. And I
Okay.
remember I watched it at home. So I have quite memories of like laying in bed and half asleep trying to watch it. And I couldn't sleep because I was laughing. So that was basically the whole night for me. But yeah, that basically I just found it very funny. I have some memories of it, you know. That's why I chose this on this list, you know.
Gotcha. So it's like a core memory comedy. It's like one of your favorite comedies of all time.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Would you say so? Is it your favorite comedy of all time? Is it in your top five?
Dude, I would say it's definitely on the top 10 at least.
Okay. It's one of those comedies that are a bar for you. That makes sense. White Chicks
Definitely.
is a movie that I feel would never, ever be made again.
True.
Definitely a movie of its time, and I don't think they'll be able to pull that off again. But I'm glad it was
Yeah,
made.
definitely.
I'm a huge fan of the Wayne brothers. Obviously, they made this film. They are the White Chicks themselves. Did was this your first exposure to the Wayne brothers?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And have you
And
seen anything else with them in it?
um they start or at yeah, they start in a scary movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
okay.
the creators of Scary Movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I actually did not know that. Okay. Yeah. That I've seen the first 4. Or actually, yeah, the first 4.
yeah. 4 is where you stop.
Yeah.
That's where it was kind of all right.
I can't wait for
There
the
we
6th
go.
one though. The 6th one is
Yeah,
coming out.
they're coming
So
back for it.
yeah, I can't wait. Like seriously,
Um,
I love these movies. So definitely like get me in the cinema to watch that.
yeah, we need some good satirical, and there's so many horror films that they can make fun of now.
Yeah.
Like all this elevated horror shit, like Hereditary and Midsummer, and oh
Art.
my god, Art!
Terrified.
Oh yeah, yeah, Art the Clown, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's so much they can make fun of that I think they have so much material to do. And then like there's horror movies that they didn't even get to touch. That was like right before that wave too that they can tap into. So I'm excited to see what they pull off. Let's see. I've actually never seen the whole thing of White Chicks. I've only seen bits and pieces.
Mhm.
I think I've only sat down to watch White Chicks from front to back once, but I've always like saw bits and pieces after that.
Yeah, I would actually say the same. Yeah.
This will probably surprise you. I've seen White Chicks and I don't like it. I'm glad to hear that. I don't really see many people
Yeah.
that don't like White Chicks. Like most people, I don't like that movie. Why do you think that, Toby? Why do you think most people like White Chicks?
It's funny as heck.
That's
Basic
it.
answer. There you
It's
go.
funny.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, you
Yo,
know what?
Toby, our
The one
move W. I'm
I
not
think
sure
he's
what this
talking about.
means.
I think he's talking about the movie we made. My short film.
Oh, gotcha.
So he's a buddy of mine. So he did a lot of the camera things. So camera movements and
Nice.
yeah,
Camera operator.
yeah.
Put that on your resume. Smiling. I'd say better than White Chicks. That's a big claim
maybe,
there.
maybe.
Kenny said, "I've never seen White Chicks." Kenny,
All
how
right, all right.
could you?
That's it. I'm forcing you to watch White Chicks after this stream. Um,
Like it's a must watch. He said, "Hey, White Chicks, very good
yeah,
movie, very funny." Wait, the Wayne
yeah.
brothers, is that the people who do Wayne's World? No, that's not. No, Wayne's World is the guy from Austin Powers, and I forgot who the other one is. Wayne's brothers are the people from the Wayne's Brothers show, Scary Movie, White Chicks. They have tons of stuff. They're comedians, they're musicians. That family dominates Hollywood through and through. So it's like 17 of them, and I think 6 of them are actors. So and writers and directors and all that. Let's see. Scary Movie 3 and 4 were certainly films put to screen. Yeah, the authenticity and the level of how good it was went down because that's when the Wayne brothers left, and they were still trying to make the movies after they left, so they weren't as good as the first two. All right, we're moving on from some white chicks, and we're moving on to some a white guy, and it's Ready Player One. This is actually a film I've never seen, so let
What?
me get the
Nah.
synopsis up.
All right, I'm
Should have
forcing
had that up
you
already.
to watch. I'm forcing both
Ready Player One.
Kenny and then I'm forcing also you to watch this one.
Right. I gotta watch Ready Player One. Gotcha. Let's see. So Ready Player One, Steven Spielberg film from 2018. So that's a couple years
Yes,
ago. In 2045, which is not that far from now,
that's actually scary
the
to think
planet
about.
is on the brink. Yeah, I know. The planet is on the brink of chaos collapse, but people find salvation in Oasis, an expansive virtual reality created by eccentric James Halliday. Halliday, like holiday, cool. When Halliday dies, he promises his immense fortune to the first person to discover a digital Easter egg that's hidden somewhere in Oasis. When young Wade Watts joins the contest, he finds himself becoming an unlikely hero in a reality-bending treasure hunt through a fantastical world of mystery and discovery and danger. Would you say that synopsis is a good synopsis for this film?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so talk
Pretty much
about this
just
film. Talk about like what it's like to watch the
definitely,
film and why it's influencing you.
definitely. And you know, I was a big gamer before. I'm still a
Mhm.
little bit of a big gamer, but before I just gamed
Oh,
everything and everything I could. And then one movie about VR and
mhm.
gaming popped up, and I watched it in cinemas. And seeing all those pop like cameos
Yeah,
from things, and even movie characters popped up in there. So that was
yeah,
really cool. And I think I had a VR by that time,
okay.
and I still do. It's legit right here. And so seeing a movie about VR, it's yeah, I loved it. And the world building was incredible. Um like how they created this futuristic thing. This was definitely my first tap into the future. So with the bubble in the bathtub was the time
Past.
past, yeah, thanks. And then Ready Player One is the future. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
definitely was one thing. And all the like action sequences was straight up phenomenal.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just I think the villain too was fantastic. The ending was amazing. Like everything about it is amazing. And this is going to shock someone, but this is my favorite Spielberg, not Spielberg,
Wow.
Spielberg movie.
Your favorite Steven Spielberg movie. So you like it more than
Yes,
Jaws,
yes.
Jurassic Park, E.T.
I've actually never seen ET.
Okay, that's fair. Raiders of the Lost Ark,
It's a
Favorite
good
Private
one.
Ryan.
I've not seen that one.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But that's amazing. That's amazing. It's definitely on my list to watch. I haven't seen it in a very well. I haven't seen it at all. But like I've been having it on my list for years and I just never watched it. So I definitely need to go check it out. My question to you: this is a film that has a lot of Easter eggs. What's your
Yes.
favorite Easter egg or character or pop culture reference from the film?
Oh, well, back in the day, it was all like all the video game and type stuff like Overwatch and what else was it? There was like millions of cameos. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, all I can remember is Overwatch, but now I've seen it multiple times now, and now it's all the like movie things, and
yeah.
there's Chucky in there, and there's a whole sequence with one specific location from a movie, a great movie, and it's a horror film, by the way. So now it's more of like definitely the movie stuff, but back in the day, all things gaming,
Like the gaming stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah,
So your
PlayStation
friend here
characters
was
was there.
like, "That's your favorite? What the heck?" He was
Yeah,
questioning you.
you know, behind that, it's the Fablesman. So, and that's about
Mhm.
filmmaking. So that's there you go.
As someone that's a filmmaker, that's going to be inspiring from one
Oh
of the
yeah.
greatest of all time.
Mm.
Um, Kal-El, welcome to the live stream. He said, "Ray Play One
So
Freddy Krueger cameo is dope."
there you go. Freddy Krueger,
Nice.
that's also there.
He said, "Nah, this ain't Toby." Oh man, we're forcing you to watch ET.
Fair. Fair.
All
Yeah.
right, and then everybody else just saying hi to each other. That's great though. That's a film that kind of missed me, but I know there's a generation of people that grew up on it and love it.
Yeah. Me.
And the next film is something that we both are about to geek out about because it's a film that I think is one of the greatest comic book movies of all time.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
film that has affected me greatly, and that's Avengers Infinity War.
Yes.
My first question before you start talking about it, I'm not doing a synopsis. Everyone's seen this movie in this chat. If you have it, what are you doing? Um, like, you know what I mean? My
Yeah.
question is because I want to talk about my theatrical experience and I want you to talk about your theatrical experience. But when the movie ended, the last post credit scene ended, there was nothing else coming after. They said Thanos will return or whatever they did, very disrespectfully. What was your initial reaction?
Oh yeah. Now that is a part I remember very good because
Yeah.
I did not know, of course, there would be a second movie. I did not
Mm,
know that. So watching it and seeing then him, the Avengers lose, I was like, what? What? How? Why is this happening? Like, and I didn't actually see. Did I actually have the like Thanos will return?
yeah, they did. after he sits down and looks at the sun on his planet, it says Thanos will return
Oh, I think I left before that. Like I remember the
before that
sun
part.
thing, but like n- I definitely left during the credits. So would it be after? Was it after? Or
It might have been at the end of the credits.
yeah, because I definitely did not see that. So I was honestly pissed. I was so
Of
pissed.
course.
Like, how could they lose? And yeah, how could the Avengers lose? Like, they are the biggest superheroes ever, and he was just a big, purple guy with ball as
Ball
a
sacks.
yeah, yeah. But like, how could they lose to a big purple? Yeah, like how? And then
So I have a question for you because as we've been talking about, there's a couple things that you've talked about you like you talked about like an adventure films. This is kind of an adventure film across the galaxy. Talk about time travel. There's kind of a time seeing is in this. Um, there's a lot of elements that I see that are from other movies in your list in this film. Which one would you say is like the one that got you? Like, what about this film, other than the ending, got you hooked to it?
oh, um, honestly, just seeing everyone together, like all these
Okay.
different characters together, was so great. I remember was so hyping it up, uh, and uh, and I watched Black Panther for the first time right before I was going to see the Infinity War, and
Nice.
so seeing like Black Panther in there, everyone actually just this big, or not everyone because that's well later
Yeah.
next movie, but the action was great, the comedy was great, or the comedy we got, I guess. I mean, the classic
Yeah.
line about who is Gomorrah, like we got to have that one.
Yeah, man. That's been a meme for decades now.
Yes,
Well, maybe not
yes,
decades, but it's been a meme for a long time that will last forever.
yes,
Um,
definitely. And then the space theme was also pretty
mhm.
cool. Yeah.
So because you said you didn't know this is a part two, like, so
Yes.
were you not in the movie new? Like, I know because I know stuff now about stuff that's happening, right? We're in the movie space. We have a group chat where we talk about that stuff all the time. Were you not in that space yet? Were you not like in YouTube or anything at this point when you were watching Infinity War?
So I was never near. No, I was never near the movie YouTubing side and the movie thing. So that's also why you're going to see when we move on to teens that I'm going to talk a lot easier about them than childhood, because I don't know
Hmm.
why, but I'm kind of like I woke up in the teens almost. Like I can't really
Hmm.
remember a lot, so that's why also there was a little bit hard for me to talk about every movie on this list from the
Of course.
childhood until now. Though, of course, Avengers and Infinity War, of course, that one
Yeah.
is definitely going to be on top of there. But yeah, nowhere near. But I was doing YouTube. I was live streaming,
Okay. I
but
remember you told me that.
that was yeah. There's a long history about me and YouTube before this. But yeah, I was definitely doing YouTube, but I was nowhere near the status of movie getting into movies. But there's one movie that is on the list that definitely might shock you. That I would say is the beginning of me realizing what a movie and everything is.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited to talk about that. Um, in terms of Infinity War, right? Like, because there's up until this point, there's 20 Marvel films.
Yes.
What about this movie versus like the first Avenger, Black Panther, first Iron Man, Civil War? Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. What about Infinity War affected you so much in terms of like your influence on maybe your personal life or your influence in film that you put this one on the list?
Putting me on the spot here. Okay.
That's what I do, man.
Hmm. Oh, that's a tough question.
Because I know this is some people's favorite MCU film,
Yeah,
and I understand why. Because it's one of my favorite as
it's
well.
it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there.
Yeah.
And
Like when you were making your list, right? Like you were
yes.
making this list, you were trying to pick out like you're not picking out your favorite movies all the time. You're just picking out the ones that influenced you the most. What screamed out at Infinity War like, oh, I gotta put this on the list.
I'm embarrassed right now. Okay. What is
Do you want to
happening?
come back to it? That's fine.
Yeah, maybe. What
That's
is
fine.
happening?
Okay, let's go through some comments and then we'll come back to it. Highly recommend Saving Private Ryan, but the first 20 minutes is based on true events and are very intense. That's what I've heard. Damn, Zach, you don't rock with Ready Player One? No, it's not that. I just haven't watched it. I wasn't really going to see movies like that in the theater back when that came out. I've never seen Infinity War. Really? You definitely should. Well, I don't know how much of an MCU fan you are, but if you are, you should check it out. And also, highly recommend Schindler's List. It's long, but it's Spielberg's first movie that he did in black and white. Yeah, that's another like 3 hour and change film. He saw it but didn't like it. He didn't like Infinity War.
Damn. We have to talk about that later.
Yeah, that's interesting. I have seen your synopsis though. What? I'm not sure what you mean, Kal-El. Infinity War for Endgame. That's fair.
There.
I love Schindler's List, but it's not one of the movies I watch all the time. Yeah, that sounds like it's a tough movie to watch. It's about a deep subject, so that's like a one time. Oh my gosh, this is amazing! Never watch it again. Film. And I also haven't seen Endgame. Okay, she hasn't seen the big two hurrahs. Very interesting.
Okay, so I think I know now.
You got it now? Gotcha.
Yes. It's definitely about like I have a memory of watching this one with one of my great buddies. So I just remember that, and I think in terms of affecting me, kind of, like I said, I was so pissed until of course I heard about there was a second movie, but still though, waiting a year, like I couldn't. I was a kid. I couldn't wait a year to see more.
Yeah,
Like
that's the first time I think I had to do that in my life.
Yeah, for me too. Like definitely, and it's more of also seeing my favorite characters on screen together, because I of course was a large MCU fan. I've seen everything, so seeing all these characters together fighting a big purple something was definitely one of my favorite parts of it, and definitely something that I just remember so strongly.
Yeah,
about it.
Nice. I love that. Your favorite fight from Infinity
Oh,
War? There's a lot of good ones.
oh, I would say I really like the one on I can't remember the planet, but the one with the where Tony and Spider-Man was. Can't remember the planet. What was that on?
Oh, Thanos' planet.
Yeah.
God, that was amazing.
That
When
one.
he threw the moon at him. Yes.
Yeah, and
Throw a moon at me again.
and he just couldn't shut up. Shut up. So Peter, of course, had to. Yeah, I'm just mad.
I remember. Oh yeah, Titan. You remember the planet name?
Titan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll never forget. I still have PTSD from Peter passing. like being
Mm.
every time I see it, like if I watch like a Marvel trivia video and that scene comes up, a tear comes out my eye. And I'm not even sad. It's just my body's revolted. I remember being in the theater devastated. I was like, what we just got Spider-Man. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? We
Yeah.
just got Black Panther. We just got that movie. What do you mean he's gone? Like it was kind of like, holy crap. My theater experience with that is back in the day when the MCU was hot, it would be like me and a bunch of my friends would go and we would like rent out 2 rows. There'd be 2 rows of us filling out both rows. And I just remember the ending happened and we kind of just sat there in silence. There was no clapping.
Yeah.
There was like, oh my God, what's the name? We were in the theater just sitting in silence, couldn't believe it. Was like we saw people we knew in real life die.
Yeah.
That's how serious it was for us. I saw one of my friends who used to go, she always talks about how like she didn't really care for the movie. She was just there because for the vibes. And she was crying. And I was like, first of all, I knew you were a liar. You do love these movies.
Call them out. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. And second of all, wow. The fact that it affected you that much. Just red eyes. Everybody was tearing up. It was to the point where the people were coming to clean the theater, and we were sitting there like, and they left us alone. It was like, all right, yeah, you guys look like you're at a funeral.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I was more confused. I remember being so confused, like, what is happening? Why are they fading like this? Like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm a very like, I don't cry often. I never cry in movies. And so there's one, or I'm going to tease. There's one movie that is on the list that made me cry.
It made you cry. Ooh, I love
One
these little
movie.
teases that you do.
That's called the viewer attention rate. You know.
I like that. Trying to help my retention up. The laser. What's up? So I'm here. Was making 3 videos. Damn, you working hard.
Nice.
Oh, he said, what was your favorite team interaction in Infinity War? Or cross team interaction. So teams from different people from different teams interacting with each other.
Guardians, and then Avengers. You know, that was definitely a big part of it. And like I said, the scene where it's Gamora. I mean, if we didn't have them teaming up, we would never got that classic line.
Yeah, that's true. This is about what Hitler did to the people in the camps. Gotcha. I have a love-hate for Marvel movies. Damn.
Fair, yeah.
Well, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Marvel right now. All right. So this next film, I don't understand how you were a child watching this. This is a drastic switch from Infinity War, but the next one is Sausage Party. Why in God Green's Earth were you as a child watching? First of all, my first question is, did you see this in theaters?
No, I did not.
Okay. Second of all, did you sneak to watch this, or did somebody you watched it with your unresponsible uncle? But what happened here? How did you watch this movie and no one saw?
So, well, my mom put it on for me.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect
Yeah.
that at all.
My mom put it on for me, and we watched it together. So that is, I think, the biggest reason why I put that on the list, because I have core memories of that. Like, why that awkwardness. But I remember also we both dying laughing, you know. And we are very open, like I said. We are very open to stuff like this. So that's also why we just find it funny. We just find it really funny over here. That's reason why we have Spermageddon.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is not good. But don't tell me that.
I don't think so. Collector said that she
No,
sat there and watched it with him and laughed.
no,
So she definitely didn't regret.
no, no, she did not. She definitely did
Did
not.
you understand what you were watching? Like, because I know it's kind of
Ye-
innuendo-ish until the end.
Yes and no, I think.
Okay.
Um, of course, I remember all the dirty jokes. I knew about them.
Yeah.
I think I was like about like 11, 12. So
Okay.
when I watched this, so I remember, I know stuff basically.
At
So
that
I
point, yeah.
definitely knew what was going on. So, but I still can't believe, and my mom put it on for me. But
I can't believe I was for sure thought this would be an irresponsible male of your family doing this.
nope.
Did your mom know what the movie was about beforehand?
Uh, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
really
She
know,
might have been
but
like, "Oh, it's an
maybe.
animated movie. Let's watch this together." And it was just like,
Maybe no, actually, no. She knew. I remember now. She knew definitely. She definitely knew. Yeah.
you just had a cool mom. Like, he can handle it. He's seen worse in school.
True. Not true.
Do you have any favorite quotes or lines from the film that you can remember?
Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Quotes. I think I would just watched it one time and that was it.
Okay, yeah.
But I
It's a lot going on in this
remember,
film.
yeah, I remember the moments, the dirty moments, some of the dirty moments. I remember very well.
Yeah,
Definitely the one at the start where the the one sausage was escaping, and I remember that very well. I remember the love things with the sausage and the bun, and
yeah. Whew, I don't know how this movie got approved. And then isn't there like a TV series
yeah,
now? Like,
yeah, sausage party, Foodtopia.
oh,
It's on Prime
that's
for
wild.
me. So
That is wild.
I've been wanting to watch that, but yeah,
So I say for me, it's Rocket and Thor having that conversation about loss. Oh, that was
yeah,
really
that
good.
was great.
That was great.
I like the
Sausage
one
Party
with
was
Rocket.
wild.
I like the one with Rocket, and when he wants to get that arm from Bucky.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And then it comes all the way back in the holiday special that he actually does get the
Mm,
arm.
yeah. I love that. I just yeah.
Okay. Kenny's never seen it. He's like, "Oh my god, you're young." He's very, very young. He's very, very young.
Yes.
It's like me when my stepdad watched Species together. Oh god.
What is species?
Isn't Species is that Species 2 or the first one? Hold on.
That looks
Is
like
that what I
two.
think?
Yeah.
Species. Do I know how to
Species
spell?
two.
Oh yeah, okay. From what I remember, it was like
Is there
these guys found like an alien, and I think the scientists like fell in love with it, and it got like really sexual and weird. Uh
okay.
that's what I remember.
Well, I'm gonna watch that not
I didn't know there was a second one. I only saw the first one, and I was like, "What
Mm.
the hell is going on here?" It has a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is hilarious.
That means this is the best movie ever. Trust.
Kenny said he was 7 watching that.
Damn, okay.
No sausage. I'm team Poo Tang Pie. Oh my god. But link yourself. That's what you think. But link yourself if that's your thing. I'm not. He. Oh, that's your thing.
Uh,
Okay, gotcha. Damn, what species mad? What damn species made me feel old? Gotcha. Sometimes I
mm,
gotta decipher what Kal-El says because he writes out like how he talks, and I'm like, huh? Hey, don't feel bad. I was young when I saw my first PG-13 movie rated R, and I was 9 when I saw my first PG-13. I was 10 when I saw my first rated R film. So I have a story like that. I guess I could tell. So my first
yeah.
film I saw that I wasn't supposed to watch was Don't Be a Menace While Drinking Orange Juice in the Hood. And this is a Wayne's Brothers film. It's a comedy film, and
Okay.
it's a spoof on Don't Be a Menace, which is like a serious hood film, and
Mm.
this is like a spoof comedy version of that. And my mom knew I love the Wayne Brothers. I watched the Wayne Brothers show. That's pretty safe. Obviously, there's some innuendos in it, but I didn't know what I was. I didn't know. I was a little kid, and so she's like, "Okay, yeah, here, this is the Wayne Brothers acting stupid." So I'm watching it, and I'm like, "Ooh, I don't like." 10 minutes and I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be watching this, but let me keep going. I'm watching it, and I'm watching it in my mom's room by myself, and she's like out and about. And I just remember them going to a party and then looking around, and it was just two people butt naked, just doing stuff. And I was like, whoa! I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I was like young, I was like probably 10, and I was like,
Mm.
no, toadies. So I turned it off and then I put it away. And I remember, I think a couple years passed. I think I was like 15, 16, and I watched it again. I was like, okay, I can handle this now. I can handle this. But 10, 11, I was like, what the heck is going on here, Wayne's Brothers?
Yeah, I definitely have a story about that. It's actually very recent because my mom was always like hesitant. She puts this on, but she was hesitant or for me to watch the Saw films. So
Okay, so she doesn't mind sexual stuff, but she don't like violent
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
But I, she was always like, wait until you're 18, wait until you're 18, like always. But in 2021, my smart ass, watched it, watched
Yeah.
all of them, and I love them.
Oh wow. I know you do.
I love them so much.
That's funny as hell.
And
I'm just pulling up
well, my
another one.
mom found out, and she was like, "Okay." Legit, she was cool with
She
it.
let it rock?
Yeah. So,
Oh wow. I guess she saw that you could handle it and was just like, all right,
yeah, pretty much.
that's funny. Why your synopsis sound like a weird science? There are 4 species movies. I did not know that. I only knew about the first
Really?
one. Having just returned from a mission to Mars, Commander Ross isn't exactly himself. He's slowly becoming a terrifying alien entity with one goal: to procreate with human women. Whoa. That
Okay, that's going
sounds like
to
a
my watch list.
sounds like a dirty man wrote that script. He said there's 5 species movies, and you're right, Zach. It is about what you said it was about. Okay, I knew I watched it, but it's been a long time. It wasn't a movie that I was like, I'm gonna watch this multiple times. But he's also talking about the second one. So the second one is a little different. When countless women suffer gruesome deaths after bearing half alien offsprings, scientist Laura and hired assassin Press Lennox. What a name, Press Lennox. Use Eve. Okay. Oh, a more tempered alien clone to find Ross and his brood before long. Eve escapes to mate with Ross. Well, holy crap! This sounds insane. We got clones.
Okay.
We have half childs bursting out and killing the moms, and we got people just banging each other. Okay.
Sign me up.
He said he writes out how he talks. Well, that was nasty. I typed 5 seconds. Just say that. Is it nasty? I'm just saying. When you talk, you're not trying to talk in like perfect sentences. You're just talking, and sometimes you'll say a word and then interrupt it, and then continue on. It wasn't an insult. Don't be sensitive, Kal-El. You know I love you. I was 9 when I saw Titanic, and I thought Kate Winslet looked good naked. Hey, I'm pretty
My
sure a lot of
man.
9-year-olds thought that. I was 7 when I watched Halloween Friday 13th Part 2 and Nightmare on Elm Street. Wow. Did you have extreme nightmares?
I fell asleep during when I first watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, wasn't feeling it.
No, but that's a
Gotcha.
insane movie to fall asleep
To
to,
watch
though.
that young.
No, to fall asleep.
It's all about like a demon that attacks you in your sleep.
Yeah.
You are a brave man. Okay, the next one, I know you definitely didn't fall asleep because I'm pretty sure it's loud and bright and a lot going on the screen, and that's Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
Film a lot of people do not talk about. Tell me why this
Definitely.
is something that you felt um compelled to put this on there.
Yeah. I was a, of course, I was a big gamer, but I also was a big Pokemon guy. So I had a lot of Pokemon things, plushies. I think I still have some lying around, and I have a
Mhm.
full drawer like to that side full of like Pokemon stuff, Pokemon figures, Pokemon cards. I was big on the Pokemon cards. So watching a live action hybrid of this, I guess, yeah, I loved it. I think the animation was phenomenal, and
Yeah.
Pikachu was my favorite character back in the day. So of course, seeing Pikachu on screen, he's just so cute.
He's adorable.
He's just, I see a picture of him like right there. He's so fluffy. I want
Oh,
to pet him.
I have a thing for that. Where is it?
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Pretty much.
Yes. Oh, actually, I should have read the description because some people haven't seen this movie. I haven't seen Detective Pikachu,
Okay,
unfortunately.
I'm forcing you to watch that too. That's on my list.
Ace Detective Harry Goodman goes mysteriously missing, prompting a 21-year-old son, Tim, to find out what happened. Aiding in the investigation is Harry's former Pokemon partner, wisecracking, adorable super sleuth Detective Pikachu. Find that they are uniquely equipped to work together, as Tim is the only human can talk to Pikachu. They join forces to unravel the tangled mystery. Gotcha. Didn't Ryan Reynolds voice Pikachu?
He did. Yes.
That's
I actually
amazing.
found that very recently, probably like few 5 years ago, maybe. I don't know, not 5 years ago, probably like 3 years ago. Two, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I was like I loved the what's it called? Pokemon training fight scenes, especially
Yeah.
that one battle with I'm going to say with Pikachu and I believe it was Charizard. I believe. I haven't actually seen this movie since I watched it for the
Since
first
release.
time. Yeah, I
Gotcha.
think so. I know I watched it in cinemas with my family. I
Yeah.
have slight memory of that, and the villain, the villain was, I think that was a perfect choice.
Mhm.
Like the Pokemon, which is Mewtwo. It's just it's like having Shadow in Sonic 3
Yeah.
now. It's like
Having you too.
just perfect as a villain because
Yeah.
Mewtwo is scary, almost like Shadow type
Yeah.
character.
Complicated. He's bad, but he's not really bad.
Yeah, definitely. I think yeah.
I have a question for you because this is a movie that has mixed reviews and also kind of like a shaky box office. Why do you think the film didn't connect with like the masses? Because Pokemon is very popular. So what do you think about the movie kind of turned off some people?
I think that live action, maybe
Okay,
the hybrid.
gotcha. The hybrid.
I don't know. I don't think was there any like live action hybrids things by that time.
Yeah, we had in the past, we had like Space Jam, we had
Yeah.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and but we don't have a lot of those. That might have been the first one in a long time.
Oh yeah. I think we have our answer by Kenny Sparks. Why
Oh,
the
okay.
people
Let me let me get into these comments. I was super young when I saw RoboCop. Damn, that's a very R-rated film.
Robocop?
And I watched whatever at any age really that wasn't X-rated. Okay. Pikachu was fun. You better believe it, especially about Jason. He freaks me out, and so did Freddy.
Fair.
Yeah, I remember being scared for Jason or Michael's being behind me all the time. I'm only seeing Detective Pikachu once, and I thought it was okay. Okay. Youngins don't know how the homies felt when they got rid of Brock. That's true. Exit stage left. Pokemon, you wrong for that. Yeah. Yeah, Pikachu was real. I want to get him as a pet. He's so fluffy. Okay. Keeping it PG tonight. Oh Lord, that was hard to let go. Oh Lord. Justice Smith doesn't exactly scream, I need to go see this.
There you go.
That's true. Even to this day. He's not, you know, he's in 2 of my worst movies of the year this year. So,
Yeah.
he doesn't have a great track. So yeah, it might just be Justice Smith.
Maybe. I also think that the general audiences, I don't think it's a movie that really connects with them. I think it's more like a fan service type thing. If you know like the lore of technically lore of Pokemon. So
Gotcha. Any last words on how this movie impacted you?
It was my first time watching a live action hybrid. I think. No. Yes. No,
Did
never
you see
mind.
Space Jam and Who Framed Roger Rabbit before this?
No, I did not. Scratch that, because I remember there being a snake in fart powder. That's a weird sentence. I should. There being a
A real
giant.
snake?
Kind of like there was like a giant anaconda, like almost type world serpent type thing in fart powder.
And it was animated?
Yeah, definitely CG.
Oh. Gotcha.
So it was not that, but I just loved the film. Being a giant Pokemon fan, it was like me now with the Five Nights at Freddy. I know a lot of people hate it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I really so, but that's just fan service.
Yeah, because you're seeing your dreams come to life on the big screen.
Yes,
and that's what we all want to see. That's why a lot of people love the MCU. That's why people love the DC stuff. This is why people love Star Wars. Seeing your things that's on either a video game or in a book come to life. Yeah. So that was the last film of your child years. Now we're going to be getting to your teenage years, which is pretty recent. So it's going to be like the last 5 years basically. And yeah, let's get into the teenager. I don't lie. 2 of these people I picked as teenagers kind of look older than teenagers, but they were, when I googled teenager, those are the pictures that popped up, and I was like, this white kid looks like he has a mortgage. But yeah, the first film in the teenagers is Tall Girl 1. Yes, Tall Girl supremacy. Let's talk Tall Girl.
I think people are surprised there. I think people are going.
I was very shocked to see this on there. Oh, let me read the description, because I'm pretty sure most people didn't see this movie.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm waiting for Tall Girl 3 with weighted breath. Tall Girl 1. When the tallest girl in high school falls for a handsome foreign exchange student, she becomes embroiled in a surprising love triangle and realizes she's far more than her insecurities about her height have led her to believe. This has a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not shocked. Talk to you about Tall Girl and why this is one of the movies that influence you.
Yeah. So I would consider this one to be more of the most human story I've already seen now. With the other ones, like Ready Player One isn't like really human. Avengers,
Gotcha.
Sausage Party, I don't think is human.
No, not at all.
So this was more like this human drama, and I have core memories also watching it while half asleep, almost in my bed. And I remember this is going to be so weird, but I remember being like a kid. So it's a yeah teen, but I was like, there, there's that tall girls. No way, they exist. No way, tall girls exist. No way.
This tall girl's that's 5'10"? Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, and that's definitely why I put that on
So
the
this was
list.
like your first like comedy drama that you saw that wasn't
Yes,
involving like time
yes,
travel and aliens and
yes, definitely.
witches that eat people. Okay. I make that because that's so funny. I'm like, why tall girl? But that makes sense. If you are in like the sci-fi magic space for so long and you watch, you think tall girl sounds like it could be something that's like a superhero thing. So you go in there thinking maybe it's something like that, and you're like, oh, this is like a regular drama. But you're like, wait, there's women this tall?
Quite, yeah, pretty much. I actually have core memories just scrolling through Netflix and trying to find
Yeah.
something to watch, and then I saw Tall Girl, and I was like, okay, sure. And the rest is history.
The rest is history. Is there a character in this film? Because the film is all about insecurities, not just about her insecurity, but her friends, some of the antagonists, even the foreign exchange student that she like kind of falls in love with has insecurities. Is there any characters in here that you could relate to?
Mm, I mean, I'm not very tall, so that's scratches that. And I mean, she was. I haven't been bullied, but I've definitely felt like I've been outside, kind of like outside
Yeah,
the group and stuff like that. And I believe that was happening to her too because she was so
yeah.
tall. So that's definitely I could relate to that. Yeah, being like outside.
Like an outsider. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yes.
because people would make fun of her. People wouldn't want to interact with her because she just looked abnormally tall for a lot of the
Yeah.
girls in the school. Because she was like the tallest girl in the school.
Yeah.
Also, and then she wasn't even on a sport team. She was playing. I think wasn't she like playing piano or something like that?
I believe so.
And this was my first introduction to Sabrina Carpenter. Like
Oh
she's a
yeah,
big pop
Sabrina
star right
Carpenter is
now.
like
Yeah, she's her sister,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
she was pretty funny in this
right.
movie too.
Right. I forgot that she even was in this. It's so rare
Yeah.
for her to be like acting, you know. So
Yeah,
at least now.
she doesn't really do that
So
much. Yeah, now, yeah.
yeah,
This is this was 2019, so this is like 5
19.
years ago.
Yeah.
Um, I relate to the character Griffin Gluck. That was
Mm,
played. Well, no, his name is Jack Dunkelman, but it's played by the actor Griffin Gluck, who's one of my favorite actors. He's in a lot of these romance movies. He's always the guy that's always trying to be the best guy ever, but he's always
mm.
like doing too much and not just letting the girl live and stuff like that. And I can relate to him a lot in terms of like him just trying to overcompensate so he can get her.
Yeah.
So I really liked his character in here, and I could relate to his struggles that he was having because he's like, you keep going after all these a holes, and I'm right here, you know. And she's
Yeah,
like, I'm like a
yeah.
foot taller than you.
Yeah. I definitely see that with like yeah, these assholes and stuff like that. Like that is also definitely something I would consider also relating a little bit to. Not much, a little bit,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
most of it just being outsider, you know. Even though I have had like friends and stuff like that, like a lot of friends, but I've never like felt, yeah, it felt apart sometimes.
like
But
part of it. Yeah, you
yeah,
you can still feel alone even in a room full of people. I've
definitely.
I've I understand that. Like I understand that feeling as well. And this movie this movie signifies that basically. Her
Yeah.
being tall. She's an attractive, tall, talented person, but she can't relate to anybody.
Yep.
It's funny. I only watched this movie because my friend bet me. He was like, "You have to watch this movie in order for me to watch." What was it? I think he what for him to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League or something like that.
Ah.
Because he wouldn't watch it, and he was like, "You got to watch Tall Girl 1 and 2." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay." And then he's like, "You got to review it on your channel." And I was like, "All right." And I didn't review it on my channel. I was like, I'm not spending time reviewing Tall Girl.
I actually
What else?
never. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I actually found out, I think, a couple of days ago there was a sequel to Tall Girl.
Yeah.
So I might have to watch that. I might
Too fast,
torture
too tall,
myself. Is that seriously the name?
No,
Wait. Oh, wait.
it just saw a Tall Girl too.
Woo.
Can you imagine? If it was Too Fast, Too Tall.
That's like some Fast and Furious type
Tall X.
tall X, yeah.
The fate of the Tall Girl. We just need a whole 10 movie franchise of them spoofing Fast and Furious with Tall Girl.
Yes, definitely.
Yep, tall girls do exist. I used to date a girl who was pretty tall. She was 5'9" and I was 6 foot tall, so I was 1 inch taller than her. Nice. Since I'm a below average height man, I've dated 2 girls that are taller than me. And I used to make fun of them for how tall they were. So, Tall Girl is a legit movie. Because even me doing it in real life. I never heard this movie until now, so I can't vote. Oh, I put a poll up. Which one's better, Tall Girl 1 or 2? I want to see how you guys feel about Tall Girl. It's definitely not a great movie, but it's fine. It's one
Guilty
of those
pleasure,
films.
I guess. Yeah,
Guilty pleasure.
Definitely Netflix film.
Yes. Next one up. This is a film that came out in theaters, I believe, right?
Maybe.
Countdown?
I did not go to theater to see that. So maybe.
So this film, I only know about it because the main actress was in You, and I was a really big fan of that show on Countdown 2019.
She was also Vanessa in FNAF.
Right. And yeah, FNAF. FNAF. And I also saw, those movie recap YouTube channels?
Yeah.
I seen parts of it through that. But yeah, Countdown is when a nurse downloads an app that claims to predict exactly when a person's going to die. It tells her she only has 3 days to live. With time ticking away and a figure haunting her, she must find a way to save her life before time runs out. This movie has a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it did well enough at the box office that it is getting a sequel. So talk to me about your face.
Sequel?
Yeah, Countdown 2.
When is that happening? Hold on.
I think next year.
What the what? How did I not? How did I not hear about this?
I got you right now. Look at this.
That looks AI.
It does kind of look AI, but that is the stuff that everything we need to know.
Oh my god.
Countdown 2. Why? I don't know. I guess it did well enough at the box office that they decided to make a second one. But yeah. What about Countdown? Because this is not a movie a lot of people talk about at all. Especially a movie that influenced you. I really want to know how this influenced you.
Now this is something I can talk about easily, because I've actually kind of said The Conjuring was my first ever horror movie, but making this list, I found out, or I remembered that actually Countdown is the first ever horror movie I've ever seen. I've always kind of watched, like, I grew up with Goosebumps, so that was like my kind of horror-ish. So I've been talking a lot about horror to my mom, because she is a giant horror fan.
Yeah.
before me, of course, though. But she was she wasn't hesitant, but she didn't know if I was ready. But
Okay.
she put this on, and basically that just started my whole journey on horror movies. So I mean, as you can
Mm,
see here, like I have all these horror movie things,
it's a
Abigail
big part of your
poster in
life.
the background,
Yeah.
like yeah, it's giant part of my life. Countdown was the first ever horror movie I ever watched because not because but I also remember what was it again? Uh,
I have a quick
yeah,
question. Do you
okay,
remember enjoying the movie?
yes, definitely.
Yes. Okay. All right.
This is
Well, that makes sense because if you didn't enjoy it, then you'd be like, maybe this horror stuff's not for me.
yeah.
So
I
that's so
remember
interesting.
really liking this film, and actually thought that I thought that app was real. A little bit. They actually did create a real life app. I think it's still up, but they did create a
Yeah.
real life app that you could actually see, like when you would die, kind of. I never
Yeah.
dared to download it because
I would never.
I'm no, I'm I'm not with those kind of spiritual things. Like
Mm,
I'm not going
you
anywhere near that.
you don't like messing with that stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. Even though I was saying now that I would definitely want to go to the real life Conjuring house and stuff like that, but that's just the
Gotcha.
daredevil in me.
That's so funny. So, do you think Countdown's like a? So, I was gonna ask you because I had I came up with questions when I was looking at the list. I was gonna ask you what made this one. Does it stand out amongst the list of these kind of films? Because they have like Truth or Dare, Countdown, It Follows, like these movies where a person has like a curse on them and something following them, and they have like a time limit before it catches them. Do you think this movie stands out amongst all those kind of films?
By this standard, I would actually call it very basic, generic,
Okay.
very. But the the only reason why I put it on the list was because like it influenced. It was this beginning of the horror genre, and now I want to become a horror director. So like
Wow.
it changed my entire
All
course
right, live.
of my
Oh
life.
wow,
So
that's
that
amazing. That's why I
yeah,
like doing this because like answer like that, like you would never expect that. Like a movie that some people find like mediocre is something that changed your life because it was
yeah.
good enough to get you interested into a genre, and now it's like big chunk of you. So that's so dope. And look, you got Collective Movie Man interested in watching it. Is it R rated? Is it PG-13?
I think it's by your standard. I think it's R rated. Yes,
Okay,
there are a
gotcha,
little bit of blood and I mean and frightening scenes. So yeah,
gotcha. Now we're gonna get into one of the most terrifying movies I've ever seen, a horror classic, and something that I'll never watch again. The
The Conjuring. Yes.
All right, talk about why this movie
Oh
is
yeah.
so. Since it's not the first horror movie you've seen, why is this? What makes this stand out amongst all the haunting films? Because we get a lot of those every year. What about The Conjuring made it special?
That was the first one. First off, that was definitely the first one. My mom uh, was like one of the best horror movies she has ever seen, in her words. So she made me watch it, and I've never heard of who Lorraine or Ed Warren was, but after the film, this is this is also like a film that impacted me so much,
Yeah,
M- almost almost enough as or same as Countdown, because like
mm,
I was never really into that like spiritual. I was never like I didn't believe in
yeah,
ghosts. never.
Yeah.
But after watching The Conjuring, I I googled whoever the
The people it's based on.
yeah, Ed, Lorraine, and watched tons of things about them. Was that just got me right into that haunting genre of real life, I guess, genre of real life.
Yeah.
So, like I said, now I guess, I kind of want to go to the real life Conjuring house.
Mhm.
And I mean, I watch a lot of like haunted things now. Even now, there's like many YouTubers that are going to these locations, getting things, and I've actually experienced some things in my own house that also impacted me with that. And and The Conjuring, a big part of it was also how it was filmed and
Mhm.
how kind of scary it really was. You know,
Yeah.
it's my third favorite film of all time now. So that's I've seen it 3 times just today. No, not today, this year
To date. Yeah.
to date. Yes,
Yeah.
and just the
What about
yeah,
the film itself makes it so impactful? Like, is it the the quality because it's like an A tier quality for a horror film? Is it the acting or is it the building tension? Like, what about it? It makes it so impactful versus like other horror movies.
I would say the acting and also yeah, the suspense, the jump scares. That one jump scare with the clapping, one of the best jump scares
Oh my god,
ever made.
ever made? Yeah,
Like you can't even beat that. I don't know even how you beat that actually, but I'm
yeah.
going to try
Conjuring.
to in my next in my next film. But
Hey,
no, but like the suspense, the tension building, and them just I guess spoiler warning, but them just killing that dog right away. Like
yeah.
I was so
Letting
shocked.
you know, letting you know
Yeah,
what kind of movie it is.
like it sets up this movie so perfectly.
Mhm. Have you ever seen what people consider the greatest jump scare of all time from Exorcist 3?
Yes, I've seen that.
That shit. Because I remember
That is
seeing
great.
the title and I was like, "Yeah, whatever," and it got me. I was like, "Oh shoot!"
Yeah,
But the clapping
I
one is good.
yeah, the clapping one, but the talk about the Exorcist one, like I did a whole review series on my YouTube channel about it, and so I watched all of the Exorcist films. Then I came to third, and oh my god, that got me so good. That
Especially
was
if you never saw it before, like,
yeah,
and you're just watching it in film, you're like, "Oh shoot!" Like, because it's so unexpected. It's not. That's not like
mm,
how usually they do jump scares.
yeah.
So
That's like that's why I kind of hate modern movie or horror movies. Sometimes a lot of them are good, a lot of them, but a lot of them are just so generic, and the world or the building of the jump scare is just so bland. You know it's coming, and I want to be jump scare as unexpected. Same with
yeah,
like the Conjuring one. Like I didn't expect some two hands to just clap
yeah,
like behind, like
it
just
was so good. It
such
was set up so
yeah
well.
that yeah
Um, two jump scares I could talk about that's modern. That's really good. And I always when I think about Conjuring, I think about Insidious because
yes.
the actors in both of them, the red demon behind the old lady. When I tell you that I almost pissed myself when that happened, that shit scared the hell out of me. That was one of the scariest jump scares I've ever seen in Insidious. And then recently, Smile 1. There's a
Yeah,
jump scare in there that got me.
Which
It's
one is
one
that?
where she's kind of like the one where she's trying to research what's going on in her house, and like the house is completely
Uh,
dark, and she's kind of seeing things in the dark, but she don't. And then like somebody just like screams at her while and like the way they did it, they play the music, and you think, oh, here it comes, and then it doesn't come, so you relax, and then the jump scare comes. I was like, oh shit, it got
yeah.
me. It got me real good. I think there's another one. Um, I wish it wasn't in the trailer. The one that with the head swings down.
Yes, that was
If that
great.
wasn't in the trailer, that would have got me really bad.
I actually almost put the Smile one on this list
It's
because
so good. Smile is really cool.
yeah, that jump scare was great. The one that got me the most was actually when she was in the car at the hospital, and I think it was like in the middle or something of the movie, and she was looking at the knife. First dreamt like or thought or dreamt about like the stabbing thing and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then she was looking at the knife, and then hard cut to someone's face, or like the doctor or the boss's face. That got me so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was perfectly timed up. Yeah, the Smile franchise knows how to get you.
not the second one though.
Oh yeah, I know you're not a fan of it like I am. The beginning is scared the F out of me, starting off with based on a true story. Nah. That's why I don't watch these haunted movies. I think I watched The Haunting of Connecticut. That shit scared the shit out of me. I know that it got like bad ratings, but I remember being terrified watching that movie. Just the fact that they were saying it was real, I was like, oh god.
Yeah, to this very like I think it was very recent. I actually didn't. I thought the whole thing was real, like not the movie, but like what it was based on, and I thought it was just like complete recreation. But I found out actually that the whole like possession thing and the whole exorcism thing never real. That was fictionized. The whole third act was fictionized. So
yeah, they just exaggerated for the film.
Yeah, which I get.
Yeah, Conjuring. I see we both have white chicks in Conjuring. Well, mine is number 2, but that's what's up. She loves Conjuring.
Yeah. Fair. Conjuring 2
Kal-El's
is
never
such
seen
good.
these.
Oh,
yeah, definitely check out Insidious and Conjuring, Kal-El.
Oh, Insidious. I don't get why they're creating a 6th one, honestly.
For Insidious? Yeah, the last one I thought was going to be the last one.
Yeah, they said it was like the last, or right? They said it was the last of the Lambert family, though.
Oh, okay, so they might be moving on.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, it wasn't really an ending to that either. They're just trapped. If you remember, they're just kind of trapped. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be a lot more, and it made money. I think that they thought the franchise was on a downturn, but that last one made money, so they're like, oh, let's keep going.
Yeah,
I love The Haunting of Connecticut, and it's a very scary, in my opinion, too. Okay, cool. At least I'm not bugging out. One of the scariest jump scares I've ever seen in my life. It's probably my number one favorite one. It's not even in a movie. It's in a TV show. It's The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes, I think I know what.
The car one?
Okay, never mind. I don't know.
No? So this is Hill House, right? Because it's Hill House and Bly Manor. No, I think this one is Hill House because Bly Manor's in the past. It's when two of the sisters are driving the car, they're arguing with each other, and then their dead sister comes in between them and starts screaming.
Oh, yeah.
What's great about that, because I was like, it just came out of nowhere, is that she did that earlier than she was supposed to. So the actresses screaming was legit because they actually got scared.
Yeah, that's the way to go, though. Actually, like, it might be torture, but that's the way to go.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Speaking of torture, because there's a lot of torture in this movie, really nice segue. The next film on the list is the first superhero film on here, actually. It's The Suicide Squad. Talk to me about why. Well, no, this is not the first one. Infinity Wars is the first one.
I was about to say it.
Of all the DC films, that you could put as influential. Why Suicide Squad?
It's because honestly, it was my first time seeing a lot of blood on screen. I remember my mom and actually my entire family was big on superhero, like I said, MCU and DC. So she took me and my entire family to see this in cinemas, and she had no idea how bloody it was. So she was trying to like cover my eyes in the entire film, but I was like, "No, I want to watch. I want to watch this film."
It's like I want to see everything that's happening.
And I mean, I have an Art the Clown mask in the background, so I think that kind of
Led you to this?
led you to watch Terrifier, and it also just grew my tolerance. I can tolerate everything in movies. There's nothing that grosses me out, honestly.
Gotcha.
Most of the time, yeah. But it all comes from the Suicide Squad being very bloody, and I think it was the first time seeing like a superhero film that was so bloody.
So R-rated.
Yeah. That even me, I was shocked, and my mom was definitely shocked.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, this is a safe superhero film," and it was like, "Oh,
pretty much how it was.
Looking like Mr. Krabs."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
have you seen the Blade movies? I'm very interested.
No, unfortunately not. But definitely,
I think you should have that on your list. I think you will like the violence in that.
Yeah. That sounds so psychotic. Liking
the opening,
violence.
I know, it does sound psychotic. But the opening sequence in the first one is one of the greatest opening sequences in a comic book movie I've ever seen.
Fair, but Deadpool though.
It just sets the tone.
Deadpool has an amazing sequence.
All three of his films have great openings.
Yeah, yes. But definitely, I want to watch Blade so bad.
Definitely check it out when you get a chance. Let's see what people saying in the chat. I've never seen Haunting of Hill House. I highly recommend Mike Flanagan's shows. Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor. What's the one? The vampire.
Oh, never mind.
Flanagan.
Yeah, I've actually never seen any of the shows either.
Midnight Mass. So Hill House, Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, The Fall of the House of Usher, and Doctor Sleep. I recommend all that.
Oh, I did not like that movie.
You didn't like Doctor Sleep? Okay, that's fair. Hush also. Now that's back on streaming, and Oculus. I recommend all those films from Mike Flanagan. I think he's one of the best horror directors going right now, and I'm excited to see how he writes Clayface.
Oh yeah, have you seen that the one with like they're saying it's going to be like the modern DC Fly, kind of?
Yeah, that's dope. That's perfect.
Yeah, like,
and he's also doing the next Exorcist film.
Yeah, true. Hopefully, it's better than whatever we got.
Believer.
No, but it was decent. Believer was decent. But
yeah, I think I overhated. It's just not as good as the first Exorcist. But none of the Exorcist movies are good as the first Exorcist.
I don't like the first Exorcist.
You don't like it? Oh
No.
wow!
The third one is my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. That's the first time I've heard that. Yeah, that car scene scared me so bad. Yeah, that.
Yes.
That because there's like an emotional build up to it. It was so good. That's probably the hardest I've jumped, to be honest. I was falling asleep and that woke me right up. I couldn't go to sleep for hours. Yeah. Hey, Tennis Reaper Cinema, what's up, man? So how's it going today? How's your weekend? Hello, Dark Movies.
What's up, man?
Suicide Squad is one of my top DC films. I loved it.
I think it's actually my favorite DC film.
That makes sense. And it's a very impactful one. Speaking of scaring your actress to death, Alfred Hitchcock did not tell Janet Leigh what was going to happen in the shower in Psycho. Whoa,
Really?
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is over. Like that's over the limits. There's the limit to like these torture things, but like
Yeah,
that one that crosses the
because
limit.
you could be thinking a psychopath got into on set and trying to stab you.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
god. Oh yeah, this man is very scared of Art the Clown. He's not having a good time. Don't do it. Don't do it. I never seen the Suicide Squad. Everybody say
enough.
fight each other. I love it. Is everyone ready for the holidays? I am. I'm
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
Nosferatu on Christmas. I'm excited.
Yeah, also look at I'm getting it at 3rd of January.
So it's gonna be a 2025 movie for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
I'm
love
seeing
Eggers
Baby Girl on
stuff.
Friday. Me too.
Baby Girl.
Eggers, Astor, Peele, and Villeneuve are my 4 favorite directors right now.
Nice. Eggers is definitely up there. Christopher Nolan is
Nolan
up
is up
there.
there, yeah.
I wonder why.
We're gonna be talking about it 2 times. I don't like the first Exorcist either. I thought it was kind of stupid. Oh, see, there's other people who don't like
Yep.
it. It is. There are moments in there that I'm like, this is kind of funny, not scary.
I think Cody Leach doesn't even like that movie. If I remember.
Yeah. Speaking of the movie that people don't like, but you like, that's the perfect segue to Halloween Ends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Talk about how this movie, of all the Halloween movies, have you seen all the Halloween movies?
Yes, I have, except for the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I think.
Gotcha. Okay. So what about this movie is impactful that you like about it, and why do you think so many people hate it?
I would start off with why people hate it, because I get it. I really get it.
Okay.
It's Michael Myers, or the main Michael Myers, wasn't even in the movie at all, almost.
Mm.
Like, he probably got like 15 minutes of screen, not even 15 minutes, I think probably like 10 minutes of screen time. And we are introduced to a completely different character that we never have seen before, just out of the blue. And he's supposed to be the next Michael Myers. So that is like the main reason I think people hate it. I think for me, I think it's a great Halloween film, but not a great Halloween film. So it's great for the holiday, but not for the franchise. I think
Gotcha. Okay.
The story being told here about like fear and the presence of actually Michael Myers was great. Laurie Strode being retired, I guess.
Yeah.
And the drama between Laurie Strode and Alice was great. But I think it was just it's a wrong time to introduce a new character. Like, starting a new character on the last movie of a trilogy, that's not a way to go. I would be happy if we got introduced to Corey maybe in Halloween or Halloween Kills. That would be great.
Yeah.
But
it would have been more
this
softer,
one,
because they could have set him up where you like him, and then you're like, oh shit, he's actually terrible.
Yeah. Then I think people would actually enjoy Halloween Ends a lot more if we could have just known him before this movie. But Halloween Ends is actually the first movie or horror film I saw in theaters.
Oh wow.
So I remember being super nervous about seeing a horror film because I've seen like the Conjuring countdown, so many haunted movies, like jump scare movies, as I like to call
Yeah.
them. And I know
You
this
saw
was a
Saw
slasher.
franchise before this, right?
No, I did not.
No, not yet. Not yet. Okay.
Or actually, wait. No, there was Halloween was in 2022, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I've actually seen the Saw franchise before this.
Okay. So you saw this, right? Okay. Gotcha.
Yes. But I just remember being so nervous, and I, I was shaking. I was legit shaking.
Wow.
Because I just didn't know what to expect, even though it's it's a slasher film, and but watching it on like a big screen with loud noises, like that was
A lot.
that was the film, yeah. And another reason why it influenced me, it was because this was the moment where I kind of woke up to what movies are
Mm,
and stuff like that. Because I remember absolutely hating on it when when I left the theater. Like, why did
mhm.
they introduce this character? So me and my mom was having like probably 1 hour or 2 hour conversation strictly to just this movie.
Yeah.
So this was definitely the one I started with to know the basic and fundamentals of storytelling, kind of.
Mhm. That's huge with you wanting to be a
Definitely,
filmmaker. So
definitely.
this is like an influential film for you.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So so you don't like Halloween Ends? It's just the fact that it was the first film you saw, you were able to break
Now
apart
it's a
the
guilty pleasure for me. It's a guilty
okay,
pleasure, but it's nowhere near as good status. But it's definitely
gotcha.
guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
definitely.
I love that because a lot of times when I do this, people just pick what they love, but you
Yeah.
picked a film that actually influenced you and shaped you. You
Oh, you froze. Oh,
like it, you know.
you froze.
I haven't seen it because I'm not really into the Halloween franchise. But I know a lot of people love the franchise. All right.
Uh,
A franchise that's beloved, but finally got a movie made out of it. And I was shocked to see this on the list too because I like this movie. I rated it pretty high when I saw it when it came out, but not a lot of people saw it. And that's Tetris.
yes.
And let me just read the synopsis because I know a lot of people haven't seen this, even though it came out. It came out 2 years ago. Hank Rogers discovers Tetris in 1988 and then risks everything by traveling to the Soviet Union, where he joins forces with the inventor Alexei Polinov to bring the game to the masses. So, yeah, talk about why Tetris, this little known indie film, is one of your most
Definitely.
influential films.
Definitely. So by this point, I looked at biopics like a boring film, basically. But
Yeah.
as I started with YouTube, I was open to watch more films and
Mhm.
review them on my channel. So I saw Tetris and I was like, there's a Tetris movie? I played Tetris when I grow up. Like, I gotta
Yeah.
see this, I guess. And so this kind of shaped me to watch more biopics and just kind of grew my love for biopics and real life events. Yo, what's up, man? Real life events, movies, I guess. And I remember sitting actually in this exact same spot, or actually turned around a little bit. But I remember sitting there and was so shocked to see the Soviets. Like I knew that basically what I knew about this point was like they're bad people.
Yeah.
But so I was kind of shocked to see them going to the Soviets and the story of how it was, how Tetris was delivered and made, and that's sort of stuff.
And they portray the Soviets in more of a nuanced way in this film, right? Like a lot of
Yeah.
movies portray them as the mustache twirling evil foreigners, but it was more nuanced. Where like, yeah, we had those bad guys, but then we also had good people because the Soviet
Mm.
Union is not just a bunch of villains; it's a bunch of different kind of people. I did like that though, because often not Russians and people from the Soviet Union are portrayed as terrorists and stuff like that. So that was
Yeah.
cool. You're right. Like, there's like a standard way to do biopics. I feel like, and you can just you watch it, you see how at the beginning, like, okay, this is the same formula that they do all the time. But this one was different. It was more of a journey and more
Yeah.
harrowing. It reminded me of Blackberry. That was also a biopic about the
Yes.
people who made the Blackberry. That was a great film, and it was very different from what we usually get. And Air as well. I think another biopic that was different. And I liked it. And I think all three of those movies came out the same year. So like I
Yeah.
really like that they're trying different things. Like even next week we get The Better Man, which is a new singing biopic about, and it's a monkey.
Yeah.
So I like they're doing different things with it. Like even with Elvis, I think Elvis was the stereotypical formula, but the editing and the flashiness made it feel a little different. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed Tetris. I highly recommend checking it out. It's on Apple TV Plus. That's really, really cool to see how like it influenced you in terms of like making you give biopics a chance. Also seeing people like a whole people that we learned so much in history that are so bad in a different light.
Yep.
Because like the way you said is like where they're going to the Soviets. Because in your head, like when you learn about them in school, like we don't even go over there. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
you know, and this is in 1988, so they're doing this. This is before I was even born, so they're going over there before I was even born. So it opens up your mind to go like, okay, maybe things that I learned in school is not exactly how things are.
Yeah. Pretty
So
much. Yeah.
that's really, really dope. Man, Toby, you reinvigorate my faith in this series I do. I love this pick. I love these last couple picks. This is so dope. The fact that you had Tetris on there now is the reason. And it's so dope because you're so young. So there's a lot of more relevant movies on here that I know because a lot of people know, I haven't seen a ton of films myself. So the fact that you have films that I know of that I could talk about is also fun. And then also since you're in another country, you brought up like Norwegian films I never heard of, which was fun. Fart Powder, which was amazing. But the next film that we're going to talk about, and we're getting to the last stretch. We only got 2 films left, with two big ones, 2 of my favorite films of all time.
Same here.
And one of them just had an anniversary.
Yep.
I didn't get to go check it out in IMAX, which makes me sad. I only got to watch it at home, and it blew my mind at home. So I knew if I watched the IMAX, I'll be transported to a different universe. And that is Interstellar. I don't think we need to read the synopsis for this one, but let me go through the comments real quick, and then we'll talk about Interstellar. Because man, so DJ said, "What's up, guys? How are you doing, man? Nice to see you in the live chat. It's been a minute. Like Dark Room reviews. What's up, man? Welcome to the live chat as well." Hey guys, I've been super busy with life lately. Utah has been take a back seat, but always happy when I'm able to jump on and say hi. I appreciate you, man. I know you got a lot of juggling. She picked Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, I put a poll up asking what was the best video game movie. 60% of people said Mario, 20% Sonic, 20% Mortal Kombat. But I think that's mostly because people didn't see Tetris.
Fair.
Fair. Okay, Collector Movie Man, thank you for
Yeah,
being in the live stream this whole time. Have a good time watching Doom Prophecy. Ooh, Flaming Hot was another great one. I haven't seen Flaming Hot.
Definitely.
That was really good.
You know,
and
Tetris opened me to also watch Air, like you said, and also Flaming Hot. So that's like they were like
that's
interlinked kind of.
Yeah, I think Flaming Hot came out last year.
Yeah. Air come out last year and Tetris came out last year, so
yeah,
a lot of great movies.
Yeah. Tetris was definitely a surprise for me, though. Yeah, me too.
Yes.
It starts off slow, but when it gets going, it's really like
Yeah.
intense. Also, you guys are doing great. I don't get to watch as much as I used to, but every time I catch one of y'all videos, it's so good. Zach and Toby, keep up the great work. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you, DJ. And I'm glad your gaming channel is doing well, and I'm glad that you're doing well. You know. But let's talk about one of the greatest films of all time, Interstellar.
Yes.
Talk about why this is influential and what moment. I want to know. So I have three. Why is it so influential for you? What was a moment in the film that absolutely blew your mind? Because you just recently watched it, so a lot of this is fresh. And I have a feeling this is the film that you were foreshadowed that made you cry. So talk about that moment that made you cry.
Yeah. So that the crying moment and the influential, that's kind of also interlinked with that, because
Okay.
there was one moment, the scene with Cooper watching his
Mhm.
kids growing up and sending his messages. I'm almost tearing up right now just talking about it. uh i I watched this, I think was March or May or April this year, and then I rewatched it in cinemas.
Mm.
Think it was September 27th. Yes. So both times I actually cried. I couldn't,
Wow.
I could not cry, you know. But
Yeah.
it's just a beautiful film. Like, done everything practical, and I was a big fan of Nolan by this time, but I
Yeah.
never expected this level of quality and storytelling.
Yeah.
And I just really loved how visually it's, like I said, beautiful, and just the message of family, like the deeper message with family. Like I'm a big family man, so
Yeah.
it was just such, it teared me up, and it was just such beautiful. The scene with oh, I just get chills every time I hear "You Were My Ghosts." Like,
Mm.
it's such a beautiful, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just such beautiful moment. I'm tearing up right now.
So she has said she hasn't seen Interstellar. So let me read the synopsis real quick.
All right.
In Earth's future, a global crop blight and a second dust bowl are slowly rendering the planet uninhabitable. Professor Brand, a brilliant NASA physicist, is working on plans to save mankind by transporting Earth's population to a new home via a wormhole. But first, Brand must send former NASA pilot Cooper, Matthew McConaughey, and a team of researchers through the wormhole and across the galaxy to find out which three planets could be the mankind's new home. Very, very ambitious
Yes.
film. I feel like it's something that we've seen other filmmakers do, like try to find another planet to survive on, but not at this scope and not at this
Yeah.
level and not at this. One problem I have with Nolan in his films, I always feel like the emotionality aspect of it is lacking. And it feels kind of cold. I think
Mm.
I don't know if it was him or it was because the actors, because Anne Hathaway and Matthew
Mhm.
McConaughey are very um you attach emotions to their characters very easily,
Yeah.
even in their bad movies. And I feel like this was the warmest film he's done so far. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
I, I don't think I've seen many Matthew McConaughey
Oh no, I
films.
mean Christopher Nolan. It's like the
Oh,
warmest, like
um,
emotional movie he's done
yeah,
so far.
yes, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
This that's a really the reason also why I just really loved it, how
yeah.
emotional it really was. And another one that, like, the Miller planet, like that whole sequence was
Is that
amazing.
the water?
Yes.
Blew my
Yes.
mind. I was like, what am I seeing right now?
I think that was the water. But yeah, like every I dug deep into like theories, and every tick you can hear is like, I think it was 1 day in the real
Yeah.
life. So like knowing that, and on the second watch, and hearing the ticks, knowing that it's like 1 day has passed,
Days
like
are passing. Yeah.
it just gets better by every rewatch, and I want to
Yeah.
rewatch it right now. Honestly,
Yeah. I need to rewatch it
it's
again.
go ahead.
No, I was saying I just need to rewatch it again. I only watched
Yeah,
that one time last year to review it. I remember going into it like, and I left it just like, holy, this is a
yeah,
masterpiece.
yeah.
Him
And
him creating how a black hole looks
yeah,
without knowing how a black hole looks
I was
is
about
insane.
to say that, like that whole sequence with the black hole thing and the scope of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, not knowing how it actually looks. I would actually believe that is how a black hole
No, the
looks.
scientists came out and said that it was
Yeah,
accurate.
yeah. So,
It's insane.
but is the thing inside? Is that accurate? Hmm.
Oh well, yeah. We don't know about that yet. We ain't gonna know about that for a long time.
I'm gonna test it. Okay, I'm gonna be first.
This definitely sounds like something I need to watch soon because it's end of the world movie and that's my jam. Yeah, I highly recommend it,
Definitely,
especially if you like sci-fi. I highly recommend it.
definitely. What blows my mind also is that the water planet is all done practically,
Yeah, it's actually on.
which is which I like. I still don't get how, like, what place has so shallow water.
Did you watch the Prime Video movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Roadhouse?
Yes.
They were there. Do you remember that scene?
Were they?
There's a scene where the girl takes him to this shallow and it's just all water around. That's the same place.
How can I not remember this? I would. What?
It's a small scene. It's like, they were like bonding and getting like a romantic thing, and she took him out to the water, and it was just like the water was just right up to their ankles, and he like pulled out a chair, and all you could see was just water. It was gorgeous.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I might need to watch that again though, because
Yeah, that was a
I'd be
fun
up for it.
movie.
Definitely that it's wild, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun movie. What did I hold on? Did I have a question about Interstellar?
I
Oh,
could talk about this for
well, I was
hours.
gonna ask you what is your favorite performance, but I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Just by that
Um,
one scene alone, where I teared up.
yeah.
I mean, like Oscar, give him an Oscar, and he won
I
an
still
Oscar, I
don't know
think.
how. I don't think
No,
he won an Oscar for this movie.
really?
Yeah, I think he won for Dallas Buyers Club. I don't think he won for Interstellar.
Wow, missed opportunity, snub.
Let me see. Awards won. So it won Best Visual Effects.
Okay.
That's literally the only thing it won at the Oscars is visual effects.
What?
Yeah.
I
Insane.
the Norwegian Batman needs a little word with those who those who said that.
Yeah. That blows my mind because that movie was sensational. But they have like I don't know. They don't like sci-fi movies also. Horror movies and sci-fi
Yeah.
movies usually don't do that well.
Yeah. Unfortunate. That's really
Speaking
unfortunate.
of a Nolan film that did well at the award shows and also was part of a phenomenon that happened recently that's now starting a chain of it because we just got Glicked and now we're getting Baby Ratu or Baby Ratu Unknown because a complete unknown is also a part of that. But let's talk about one half of Barbenheimer, and that's
Oppenheimer.
talk about which
Imagine if I had,
you've said this, huh?
yeah. Imagine if I had Barbie up there, like
Bruh, I'd be like, what? Oh, you trolling me because we've talked about this movie a bajillion times. You've told me it's your favorite movie of all time a billion
It
million
is.
times. So I'd have been like, what? But for the people who don't know, who haven't checked it out, because it is a 3-hour film, and I know that's a lot for
Yes,
a lot of people. During
definitely.
World War II, General Leslie Grove Jr. appoints physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer to work on a top secret Manhattan project. Oppenheimer and a team of scientists spend years developing and designing the atomic bomb. Their work comes to fruition July 16, 1945, as they witness the world's first nuclear explosion, forever changing the course of history. Talk about this 3-hour epic about the atomic bomb being made.
Definitely. So yeah, you said we have talked about it so much. It's even in the thumbnail right here. It
Yeah,
is my favorite film of all time, which Interstellar is actually my second favorite film of all time. And then Conjuring is actually my third favorite film of all time. So it's all linked together. But
yeah,
Oppenheimer, um, there's a funny story about it because I remember watching the first trailer for Oppenheimer and I
yeah,
visually and said out loud, "What is this shit? What is
yeah,
this?" Like, I did not I was not into not I was not hooked on it by the first
yeah.
time, and I would actually have never watched it. Wasn't it just for Barbenheimer? I would have never watched it.
Mhm.
So I was a part of that. Yeah, like I said, I only want to watch it so I could review both movies. That's legit
Mhm.
only the reason why. So I was so blown away on the storytelling on this one,
Yeah,
and then like the visuals, like the one with where he's just laying in bed, it in the start, like making that so entertaining and so interesting. A
yeah,
guy laying in bed, but then you see like these particles all around, like just this is how you do a movie. This is how you hook people. This is just it's a how I'm gonna say it.
masterclass.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, but I remember also that ending still
Yeah,
gives me chills to this day. Like we could
goosebumps. Yeah,
almost kind of call it a horror ending because like maybe we actually created a chain of events to actually destroy the world.
we
And
definitely did.
yeah, yeah, we kind of did. So I actually never have heard of this
Well,
project.
remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I I was just I knew atomic bombs existed, but and they were
yeah,
dangerous, but I never knew who built them or who Robert Oppenheimer was. So I was just going in blind basically in to this film, and it kind of just influenced my filmmaking aspect,
mm,
because I would have never become a filmmaker if it wasn't for Oppenheimer. I
wow.
did like I kind of did some like sketches and things like that. Some I still do today, but kind of stopped with that. But I've wasn't it for Oppenheimer, I would have never seen how a movie actually could have been made and how my English again.
What are you trying to say? Like, the scope at which a film can be made,
I
basically. Like,
guess uh forget about that, I guess. But at least like it influenced everything that my filmmaking journey would go on, you know. I
yeah,
I would say my biggest inspiration for Mentally Unavailable was, of course, my own self, but it was Oppenheimer. The script of Mentally Unavailable is actually written in first person, just like Oppenheimer.
Mm.
So, so that influenced it. I actually have the screenplay on a book version, which is in a locked suitcase. I'm not even joking. That's not even a joke here. But
And if you guys wonder what Mentally Unavailable is, that is his first short film that's on his
yes,
YouTube channel. Like I said before, the link to that video is in the description. Definitely go check it out because you're seeing history, right? Like you're seeing this is a future filmmaker. You may make a movie that you're like, oh shoot, I've seen this guy on YouTube. You're gonna be like,
yes,
I seen his first short film. So yeah, that's what he's talking
yep. And maybe I'll turn a Christopher Nolan and delete the first ever short film one day. You never know. So maybe watch it.
about. Yeah. Never know. Never know.
Go watch it. No.
Yeah, Oppenheimer was a film that I watched that I like you. I saw the trailer and I was like, "What the hell is this?" It's 3 hours. What? And then I was just like, I just was not interested in it at all. And I sat there, and the movie just was going, and the pacing was paced so well. And the movie, I think when they get to the court stuff, that's when you start feeling the length of the film. But for the most part, the movie is like it paced really well, and you get through most of the film without feeling it. Like it's like a long time you're in the theater. The performances are outstanding. Obviously, what's homeboy name? Why can't I
Cillian
remember the guy
Murphy.
that just won the Oscar? Cillian Murphy won the Oscar for his amazing performance. Robert Downey Jr. won the Oscar for
Yep.
his great performance. Emily Blunt is underrated in the film, especially the stuff that she does in the third act. I do think Florence Pugh was a little underutilized, but she's solid. There's a lot of great actors sprinkled throughout the film, doing really good jobs throughout.
Christopher
I
Nolan really likes these
just,
big actors.
yeah, he really loves his big actors. He loves putting them in even smaller, and they're willing to do it because of who he is.
Yeah.
And I've never seen like a talkie which is like this is what the kind of film, no action, no real mystery, it's just people talking, but keep me
Yeah.
engaged for so long. You know what I mean? It's 3 hours, right? No
Yeah.
intermission.
Yeah. I was also shocked I made it through that hour,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah.
think I had to get up once to go use the bathroom, but other than that, I was locked in.
Yeah.
I thought the way they told this story that we've kind of heard about before in school in this way and giving us like more minute details from a first person, because when they tell history, they don't tell the personal part about it. They just tell you what happened. But seeing
Yeah.
like what Oppenheimer went through and then that struggle that he had
Yeah.
was really impactful. And speaking of impactful, the question I had for Oppenheimer, what's the most impactful scene for you in the film?
I think a lot of it is after it is also the bombing scene and the Trinity test, but the most impactful for me was the scene when he was in this like conference thing and he was just staring and telling, I guess, that it was successful. But then we cut to like these like corpses and
The
there's like
results of what he did.
the results, and of course the ending was one of the like perfect endings in the movie history. I've up on
Yeah.
this point I've never seen a ending that impactful and that like scary, that great, you know.
Yeah.
So that was definitely scenes that would really impact me. I just kind of loved how Oppenheimer had this like three third acts, I guess. Even though movies have three acts, I would be like Oppenheimer is the before, after, and or during and after, kind of.
Yeah. It's like
And
the acts are very clear.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is definitely one thing or aspect I really loved. Uh, I I would never expect like they do after thing, like
Yeah.
showing the aftermath and his struggles, deeper struggles within after the bombing, like just perfect. I also love
Him
how,
going to court and all that. Yeah.
yeah, I also love how they edit the film. Like the black and white sequence are outside his head, and then
Yeah.
the color sequences are inside his head. That is
Yeah.
just,
It's from his perspective. This is what he saw, and then I guess the gray is like how the public saw it. I guess.
yeah, yeah, you can say that. That's also something that also influenced me, like seeing how colors could be utilized in a film to
Yeah.
tell a bigger story. That
Yeah.
that was just something that really resides in me.
And that ties back into the Interstellar point, in terms of the clicks, right? Like that's
Yeah,
a sound thing that can tell a story and elevate the story just using sound. And I think a lot of filmmakers don't use sound and color in ways that can elevate a story like that. So he did it in both these films in a remarkable way.
yeah. I
Let
would say
me.
Hitchcock is like the master of suspense, but Christopher Nolan is the master of, what would I word like that? Sound and coloring, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah, like sound
Like,
design, sound design
yeah,
and cinematography. Yeah.
yes. Oh, we gotta talk about that score though, for
Oh yeah,
Oppenheimer and stuff like that. Like,
legendary. I still
I
hear. As soon as you said that, I heard the sound.
you can still hear the music.
Yeah, easily because it's so haunting but epic at the same time.
Yeah. Oof,
Yeah, man.
just
I could gush about Oppenheimer forever, and it's such a great film.
same.
Um,
I've actually
I
seen
bought
it 4 times to again today, like this year. Seen it 4 times
damn
this year.
4 times. Like I don't really rewatch movies, so I definitely am gonna rewatch it eventually. But it's a 3 hour film, so that's tough.
Yeah.
And I just watched a 3 hour and 35 minute film on Friday. That was a lot.
Yeah, The Brutalist, right?
Yeah, The Brutalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a 15-minute intermission, which was nice because
Nice.
and the intermission is like perfect. Like it drops, especially if you go with someone. It's in a perfect spot. You can get up, use the bathroom. Actually, it's a 20-minute intermission. So you get up,
Hmm.
go use the bathroom, get refreshers, but you also can talk about what you saw already and kind of process it because it's such a long movie. And I went by myself, so I didn't get a chance to do that. But I was just thinking about like if I had a friend here, we could talk about all the shit that just happened and like break it down, and then it leads into the second half of the film, which is a little bit more intense than the first half. So
We don't have
I
that
think
here in
intermissions
Norway.
need to be made.
We do not
Huh?
have that in Norway.
Well, I think the brutalist he put it in the film. The director. It
Really?
wasn't. Yeah. It's the director that chose to put the intermission into the film. It's not the movie theater
Oh. Oh,
because he knew
that is
that it's a
interesting.
long ass movie.
Now that is interesting.
Yeah, because it feels like an old movie. And back in the day, when a movie was above 2 hours and 30 minutes, they had to put an intermission, and then
Mm,
eventually they got rid of it. But I think that they need to start bringing it back. If a movie is
yeah.
2 hours and 50 minutes or 2 hours and 45, I feel like there should be like a 10-15 minute intermission. Because Jesus, I gotta use the bathroom sometimes.
Fair, fair.
Let's see what these comments are saying. Depends on the sci-fi. That makes sense. Certain sci-fi is not accessible. This is definitely one of my favorites, Oppenheimer. And those bombs were bombs that they dropped on Japan during World War II.
Yep.
I couldn't believe that they actually tested like bombs in Arizona for the movie. Yeah. I just the real segue on him saying that. I love that the fact that we got Oppenheimer and then we got Godzilla, which kind of like piggybacks off the bombing,
Yeah.
like an
True
unofficial
though.
sequel.
Yeah, yeah. Many people say that,
Yeah.
That's
I
a
was the only one who
great
knew it was
double
going to
feature.
be a masterpiece that year. Nobody was interested in it. Yeah, man, you called it.
Fair. Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of the Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah, that's one of those films that got Oscar buzz that people really don't even talk about ever.
What is that?
Dallas Buyers Club. That's a movie that Matthew McConaughey won Best Actor for.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I never heard of that either.
I have seen the video and it made me tear up. I'm talking about dark movies. Oh, she watched your show.
Aw, thank you
Animated
so
Terror.
much.
Oh, that's amazing. That's an amazing.
Exactly what I planned for.
Yeah. She's actually. Have you ever seen Dazed and Confused?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I was trying
I think Matthew
to.
McConaughey's in that.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've even heard of it.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yes, I have heard of it. I see a picture now.
Yeah. So now you know what you're talking about. Alert! We are getting to our rapid fire questions. I wanted to wake you up real quick.
That's actually jump scared me. I'm not even kidding. That jump scared me. Holy sh!
Maybe the
Oh my
filmmaker
God.
in me after all.
Oh my god! Oh my
You were
god!
like, what the heck? So I have 18 film fan questions for you. These are rapid fire. Try to whatever the
Okay.
first thing that comes to your mind, try to answer it and don't think too hard about it.
Bet.
Coming in first is, are you looking forward to any upcoming movies in 2025 and what's the #1 film you want to see?
Superman.
What was it?
Superman.
Makes sense. Films are rated for age appropriateness. Are these ratings effective?
Yes. Maybe.
I like that you said maybe because you did go see Suicide Squad.
True. True.
When you wasn't supposed to, and your mama was mad. Do you mind reading subtitles when you watch a foreign language film, and would you prefer to be dubbed into your own language?
No. Or yes, and then no.
No. Okay. Can we learn about a culture from movies that culture produces? What have you learned from foreign films?
Oh. Yeah, different cultures, I guess. Different ways of
Gotcha.
filmmaking.
And we definitely talked about that through this movie. Remember the Soviet
Yeah.
Union moment? Even like Tall Girl.
Yeah.
You learned that it was girls that tall. You definitely learned even with a silly movie like that.
Yeah.
Does watching movies in English help you learn English? This is a perfect question for you. Would you recommend this method to language students?
Games and movies. Yes. Definitely.
How do you choose which movie to watch? By the genre, the director, or the main star?
All three.
Are sequels ever as good as the original? Give an example of one sequel that is as good as the original.
Yes. Empire Strikes Back is a sequel.
No. Yeah.
No, is it? Yes. Yes. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. New
Yeah.
Hope is the first
Yeah.
film. Empire Strikes Back is the sequel.
Yeah. Toy Story 2
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
great.
Toy Story 3 is great.
There you go. Toy Story 4. No,
How
just
long should a movie be? And how long is too long?
too long is definitely extended cuts of Lord of the Rings, and I think honestly I enjoy a lot of if it's paced really well like Oppenheimer, then go for a 3-hour movie. But if it's super duper slow, definitely not.
Gotcha. Like Killers of the Flower Moon.
True.
What do you eat or drink while watching the film?
I do regular just popcorn and a Norwegian soda.
Did you try to watch films that win awards? Are awards good indicators of film quality?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I do watch some, like I see award winning or something like that, but I tend to then watch it sometimes. But film critics and award givers can be very, special, if I'm going to say it like that. So, yes and no. Yes.
Gotcha. Do you enjoy movies from your own country or other countries more? Which other country do you enjoy?
Countries of USA. Definitely.
Do you enjoy Norway movies the most?
No.
No. Are you
Unfortunately,
interested in expanding into like French movies and Asian movies and things like that?
I have a little bit. I've
A little bit.
the Infested is French,
Oh,
and
yeah, they're really good at making extreme horror.
yeah, I want to watch Red Room. I really want to watch that
Ooh,
movie,
yeah, I highly
and
recommend that.
yeah, I watched. I think it was like 2 months ago. I watched a Grave Torture, which is an
Ooh,
Asian film.
I heard that was crazy.
Yes, it was.
Do you like animated movies, and do you think animated movies are just for kids?
I really like them, and no. You see how like Inside Out 2, how
Mm-hmm.
deep that story is.
Yeah, not just for kids. Talk about someone that you think is very talented at acting. Who's the first person that comes up when you think about a talented actor?
Cillian Murphy.
Mhm. Who's the most beautiful actress in the world? Who's the most handsome actor in the world?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Okay, I knew you was gonna say that. Who's the most handsome?
That's, I don't know.
I don't know. They all ugly
Ryan
to me.
Reynolds, I don't know. Hugh Jackman,
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
Is going to movies too expensive? How much are you willing to pay at the cinema, especially seeing like 3D or IMAX?
So 3D is the same price for us. IMAX, we only have one IMAX theater in the entire country, and that is 1 hour away from me. So I've never been there. How much I'm willing to pay? So the tickets are about like $15 each. So how much I will be paid if it's another Christopher Nolan movie, I would pay it probably like $20 each ticket, I
That's
guess.
fair. This is a funny one. Just off the top of your head, what's the worst movie you ever seen?
Oh, I was about to say Skin of a Rink.
Hey, that's fair.
No, but also just a
yeah.
quick too. It's Sasquatch Sunset and Green Lantern, and yeah.
Nice. And this last question: what is your favorite genre to watch?
Horror and drama. Biopic.
Nice. You did a great job, man. You answered those rapid fire. Let's get these last couple questions and wrap this bad boy up.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dallas Buy Club is where he plays a gay person. He finds out that he has AIDS and he tries to find a cure. Oh wow.
Interesting.
If you could find it, definitely think you should watch it. Does it have Matthew McConaughey? It is a comedy. Oh, she's talking about Dazed and Confused.
Right, yeah. I think it's great.
Anthony Chobot does pop cultures and opening. Wow, that's a long name, but I like it. How are you, buddy, doing? By the way, seeing Sonic 3 Tuesday, and I'm up to 2008 in my memoirs. Nice. He said that trailer for Superman made me cry. Nice. I heard a lot of people cried. I think there are different questions, Zach, that you asked me. Yeah. So what's funny? I had a set of questions that I loved, and I deleted the link, like the favorites that I had of it, and I can't find it again. So I had to find it once. Question for Zach. Okay. And ask me the question. Let's see. Drama is good. Drama is good. Horror. Okay, drama horror is good. Zach, do you think you'll have your? Oh my God!
There you go.
Every single stream I do, he asks me this question. I plan to have it out before the new year, but I've been planning to have this video out for like 6 months. So I don't want to promise anything. That's what got me in this trouble in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been a great conversation. I had so much fun talking to you, Toby, about the movies that influenced you. I think you did a great job picking films that are out of pocket and people wouldn't think of, and giving really great reasons why that I mean, like tall girls are out of pocket. Films giving really great reasons why they're on your list because it actually influenced your life or like how you watch films. Even if it's not the highest rated film that you even think is the highest rated film, is because of this film I got to other stuff. So that was really really dope. I think if you are getting on this movies that made you, use Toby as an example of how you should tackle this, because I really liked how he tackled this. And I guess let me plug the next person if I can find it.
Ooh.
Who is the next person?
You don't even know that. Come on.
I have the list. Oh, YouTube schedule. Here you go. So where are you? Dark Movies. Okay, we did that. Okay, YK Reviews is up next, which I'm excited to get him on. I haven't gotten to get him on a live stream before. But yeah, YK Movies is up next. But I usually like to sum up people, and I think that you're a great gentleman, man. I love how family oriented all this has been. A lot of it with your mom, and I see your mom, and I know obviously because of Mentally Unavailable, I know how close you are to your mom, right? She was a part of that and part of helping you through that moment in your life. And I love seeing who are the people who influenced, and I love that she introduced to these movies that you probably shouldn't have been watching, but they led you to become this great person, this great teenager, almost adult. And yeah, man, I see bright future for you in terms of like becoming a filmmaker because you're willing to open your mind to different kinds of films and go like, oh, you know what? This is the way I was thinking before, but now because I saw this film, I open my mind to more. And that's how you're going to strive and become better. Because if you have a closed-minded point of view on how things should be done, then you're going to get stuck in that rut and then you won't progress. So this was really great. I'm happy that you had a good time, I'm hoping.
Nah, it was nah, it was very fun. Nah, I loved it.
It was really, really fun. This is probably the shortest one I've ever done.
Let's go. New world record.
Yes. New world record. Let's keep it
Where's
up.
my Guinness World Record? Pay up.
I'll mail it to you to Norway.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna solo you out. Talk about some of the things that you've like videos that you've done recently and anything you plan on doing, and the next film you're working on.
Oh yeah, because that's the one I'm excited. But yeah, in terms of things I've done recently, it's been a month since I actually had a video, but it's the Gladiator one, which I really, really enjoyed making. And what I plan on next is I don't really know yet. Definitely, what I think I'm going to do is maybe like a review every month or 2 months, and in between those, do different kind of videos. I've been thinking of doing maybe filmmaking videos. That would be really fun to do. Challenges like, can I make a movie within 48 hours or something like that? That would be really fun. And in terms of my next movie, this one is going to be a challenging, very challenging one, but it's going to be fun because I've never done it. It's a type of animation, or I'm going to say, and it's super weird. It's called Dream. Oh my god, why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on this?
You don't know the name of your own film? Mutiny!
Cut the cameras. Please cut the cameras.
You're good.
No, Dreamscape. There you go. I have two films in.
Yes.
I have 2 films in the works. One based on Norwegian folklore. So there you go, Ashland. Remember folklore. There you go. So that is coming out somewhere, I don't know actually, but that one I need a large team on, and and support from sponsors. So I'm trying to get those fixed. But in the meantime of that, I would do something I can do myself. And yeah, it's very weird. Probably the weirdest thing I've done or written. And I don't even. There isn't really. All I'm going to say isn't there isn't really a big story. It's very simple, but it's going to be very fun. I'm testing out a new type of filmmaking that I've never done, and so that is going to be fun to just try something out. And if it doesn't work, then well, I at least tried.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And that's all. And you could try it, you could fail this time, but that because you tried it and failed, you'll be able to get better at it the next time you want to do it when you have more resources and stuff like that. So that's amazing, man. I'm super happy for you. This was really, really great. And maybe last few ones before we go. Or Return the King. Have a good night and a good Christmas. Appreciate that. Do you have time to watch that movie that is 3 hours? You got a week to watch it. I'm talking about Return the King. I've seen Return the King. I watched the 4.5 hour version. I just got to write my review out again because I wrote it out. I was ready to record it. And then I showed my script to Kenny Sparks and he told me it was trash. So I threw it away.
Kenny,
good night, everyone. He said, have a good week. Happy holidays. I really want to do another list with you, Zach. It was fun. I'm glad that you felt that. I'd definitely be interested in seeing any movie to do with folklore. Ooh, do you have any quick suggestions for
her? Definitely the Askeladden, like the Norwegian folklore, and then my movie when it comes out.
There you go. You got one that you can watch now and one to watch in the future.
And it's also based on Nukken. The Knock.
Oh,
if you can say it like that.
The Knock. Gotcha. I'll be looking that up.
Or Nukken.
Nuck if you buck, boy. Okay. Let's head out. I appreciate everybody that was here the whole live stream. Appreciate you, Toby Dxrk Movies, is doing this with me. And we'll see everyone next time.